That's us. Good morning, everybody. Soundgarden and Outshine as we start another fine radio show for y'all. Got Jim Norton in studio and Sherrod Small off the bench today.
Yes.
Good morning, Sherrod.
I'm going to put up 30, Coach.
You're going to put up 30 today.
That's right. 17 boards.
That's solid. There's Rachel Dolezal with her hair grown out.
Oh, she's bigger now. Look at her. She chunked up a little.
She's got some nice boobies, some nice cleavage in that shot right there.
Yeah. It's like a black and white cookie, her titties.
Yeah, she's just too much of a disaster to consider fucking.
That's when I do fuck them.
You know, that's the only shot I have is if there's a complete mental breakdown of some sort. If they don't know what race they are, maybe I can get my cock in there.
I think she would be a good one, man.
A good splash off?
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
Right?
Because she'll feel guilty, so she'll do everything I ask.
That's true.
Turns out she's a great artist, too.
They're like painter or drawer?
I was watching a little bit of this, The Reel, yesterday.
Oh, she was on The Reel.
The Reel, yes. I watched some of that daytime TV because of my hours.
I have the same hours you do.
Tamar.
You missed some good Rachel Dolezal.
Yeah, she's on there with who's on there now? Tamar, and you got one of the twins from Sister.
Yeah, you got one of them.
And then, what's her name? The Puerto Rican girl from the
girl who played Dax's girlfriend in Do the Right Thing. Just all these obscure black women.
I don't even know their names or nothing.
And then big girl,
Lonnie Love.
Yeah, Lonnie Love's a friend.
You like Lonnie Love?
Love Lonnie Love.
Jenny, May. Why are we actually listing their names?
I've never heard of this show until
The Reel.
this clip.
It's kind of like the white version of The View.
Black version.
I mean, the black version of The View. Thank you. Yes. Right. Yeah, they keep it real.
They keep it 100.
Yeah, but Rachel is on there, and this clip is going everywhere because, well, she finally admitted that she was born white.
That's nice.
Breath of fresh
You
air.
weren't born black. So when you say you are black, it makes it hard for people to understand where you're coming from.
Right, and that's why I said I acknowledge I was biologically born white to white parents.
Why are they applauding?
Because that's sarcastic.
It is okay. Good.
That's catty bullshit. Like the bitch finally said it. Congratulations, you whore.
So black people don't want her anymore. I hope.
No,
because I know we don't want her.
She's Dominican now.
They're like, finally, girl, admitting it.
Yeah, we've all had enough of her.
That was such a sarcastic
I
clap.
hope so.
You think?
Oh, I know
good.
it. What a bunch
good.
of
Let me hear it a little more.
bitchy crows in that audience.
Okay, good.
Let me hear it.
Great.
But I identify as black, you know?
I identify. Oh, she's awful.
And we know this year has had a really bright moment for you because you are pregnant. Congratulations.
Oh, that's what it is.
Oh, shit. That's why the boobies are big. What?
Oh, Lonnie Love made a fucking joke.
What'd she say?
Something about, that's why you got some black up in you, huh? Some shit like that.
well, she's there for those lines.
Yes.
The Lonnie Love, who takes up a lot of the couch, by the way. Oh, my God. She's almost in someone else's cushion.
Yeah, she's a big lady.
Wow. That shit spreads out nice.
Yeah, she got the secretary
Holy
spread.
shit.
She's rather large, big through the hips, roomy. She's a large girl. Yeah. She's very fucking Silence of the Lambs body-ish.
Yes. Are we done with that clip? Is it over?
That's it.
All right. Well,
only
Dolezal.
in this culture would someone like Rachel be dealt with kid gloves. Well, you know, you crazy fucking bitch.
Yeah, you're right.
Definitely crazy.
You crazy fucking bitch. To just talk about cultural appropriation. I identify. Who cares what you identify as?
You're not that.
You're not.
They're not that in the end.
And then people are going to say, well, that's the trans argument. But I won't hear it. I won't hear your naysaying.
She could wipe that bronzing powder off any moment and just live as a white lady, right?
I don't know. That's a lot of wiping because she's been doing it for 10 years, a decade of bronzing powder.
That's insulting.
Yeah.
You can't just be who you are and work at the NAACP. I think people would be happy to have you work there.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I'm working there.
You working down
I'm
there?
helping the cause.
I appreciate that. What you doing down there at the
Whatever they
NAA?
need me to do.
Okay.
Bringing in coffee, just taking notes at the meeting.
Okay.
Whatever the guys need. Throwing in my
Beautiful.
suggestions.
That's wonderful.
It's really good to hear, Jim.
Yeah.
Guys, I just want to throw out a suggestion, if you don't mind. We'll agree to keep it down in the movie theaters. That's all.
That's my suggestion today.
Just throwing it out there. I'm not disagreeing about any of the other stuff. You're right. I'll go with you on the cops. I'll go with you on institutionalized racism. But you got to give me. We'll keep it down in the movie theaters, Joe. That's all.
That's not a lot to ask for.
We got a longer clip of the Rachel Dolezal.
Oh, no.
Is it worth playing? I don't know. We'll go through it.
think so.
No, all right.
Wait,
We'll go
she
through it
is
and
pregnant.
see.
I thought she just got got a huge, just sad eating. But she's, she's moving on with her life.
Is that a real hair, you think? She's finally getting rid of those dumb wigs of hers?
I think that's a wig, too.
That's a wig.
You think?
Yeah.
That one's tough to tell.
I think she's getting ready to get rid of it. Like that looks like I'm getting ready to get rid of it, so I'm trying to make it less standoutish.
Well,
right.
She's been away for a while, so maybe she grew out the hair a bit.
Maybe.
Plus, she's pregnant, so maybe she's not getting her hair done as much as she used to.
It's literally the most embarrassing story I think I've ever heard. This is worse. I'd rather be Jared right now than her.
Oh, my God, really? Wow.
That story is less shocking and embarrassing.
Wow, really?
I think you might have something there. Oh, man. Yeah, she
stinks.
It's embarrassing. It's mental. It's a mental issue.
Yeah. What happens to her now? She completely goes away?
Oh, yeah, she's going to be.
You see her art, though?
No. What's up?
Holy fuck, she's an artist. And damn good at it.
Well, it's an artist when she's white, but she's just a graffiti artist when she's white.
She used a large black brush to paint something on her face.
She's a fine artist. For real,
Let's see,
man.
I want to see this work. Ooh.
That's some of Rachel Dolezal's stuff.
That's great. What is she's fucking did the paintings they used for J.J. Evans and Good Times.
Come on,
terrific.
Come on, I'm trying to see the...
Is that her stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's actually
That's amazing.
Good for her.
Yeah, I don't know. She...
Wow.
She's all right with her art.
Yeah, she's actually very good.
We
finally found something you do well. Good.
Just before the mics went on, we have an update on that Uber video from yesterday. My God,
The smacking?
That smack was violent.
Yep.
It was,
And Jimmy pointed out, when you first start looking at that video, you think the driver's an asshole.
Right.
Because he has that look like, he's a dick.
Yep.
But you don't know what happened before he turned the camera on, because he obviously had it with this passenger in the back.
Right.
And turned on his camera for some proof.
I thought it was
because he
fake
knew he
at
was going to
first.
kick him out. Yeah.
Because he puts the camera on, I'm like, this is going to be bullshit. But
Yeah.
it was just a great move by the driver.
Yeah.
let's take another look at it. Where is it?
You had-
Yeah, show that. You haven't seen it?
I didn't see the entirety. I just saw clips of it on TV.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's brutal, but you got to remember, man. Obviously, something happened before he turned the camera on because he felt like I gotta document this.
You can see how loaded the guy is too. Like he's literally
Falling from side to
over in
side.
the back. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's fucked up.
14 minutes past the hour now. Police say a new video shows a passenger.
Oh, this will just be.
You want to see the update?
I just want to see the attack.
Oh, is this the update?
No, this is the.
No, this is the attack. Here it is.
Yeah, I want to just see the whole
slap.
Oh.
But I want to see before that where you see him all fucked
All right, I'll
up.
get the raw.
Get the raw. Because that's what Sherrod didn't say.
I got to be honest. I do see this from both sides. Now, I would never strike a cab driver,
Right.
but there have been plenty of times I've wanted to reach around and club someone, so it would almost be worth getting fired for.
Tell me about
Just
it.
to smack somebody in the ear once.
I wanted to drag. One time I did get to beat up a cab driver. It was great.
For what?
Because the motherfucker picked us up. It was me and two of my friends, two girls. This was right on 6th Avenue, downtown in the village. And he didn't want to take us. And I'm going on the Upper East Side. It was late night.
Right.
And we just got in the cab. He was like, no, get out. And I was like, no, you on duty, motherfucker. We going.
Yeah.
Then he tried to get all ballsy and jumped out the cab and tried to pull on my door. And I was like, perfect. Because people was already watching by then. I was like, they see that I didn't start it. And I fucking beat him.
You beat him up.
Beat him. Then he jumped back in the cab and skid off. Me and the girls were laughing.
How bad did you get him?
He started to, though. He was acting like a fucking idiot.
Right, you had to defend yourself at that
Yes,
point.
once he came in the back and opened the door trying to grab at me, I was like,
Sherrod doesn't play either.
No,
Sherrod.
Sherrod is known to throw a heavy hand.
I've heard stories over the years. I haven't seen it yet.
Try
I don't
coming
want
into
you
the
to see
cellar.
it.
So
I don't
how
want
was the
you
weekend? Good. Sherrod choked somebody. All right, good.
What am I on?
I'm always on the side of justice, though.
I saw it once. I saw it once.
Never seen
It was
it.
justified, though. The guy had done something really stupid. I did it many years ago.
I've seen Artie in action. Artie Fuqua in action.
yeah.
He was an animal.
He's coming around again, though. He's doing okay. It's good to see him.
I'm so happy to hear. He was warming up for Jimmy one New Year's Eve in AC at the Brigada.
Right.
Yeah.
And he picked up a chair like a lion tamer and took on like 4 or 5 Philly dudes in the VIP section.
What?
Oh, my God. It was amazing. He was beating up everybody. Everybody. Because he doesn't drink, right?
No.
Yes. The story goes he doesn't drink. So he was sitting down at a table, and these guys thought that Artie stole his bottle. And Artie was with his gal. Right? He's like, what are you talking about? So those guys, like you, they started it, and Artie said, all right. And he picked up a chair like a lion tamer. And then that didn't stop them. And then he dropped the chair and then just started dropping people.
Amazing.
And then the bouncers grab him. The security guys grab him off his feet and are carrying him down the stairs, kicking him out of the club. And I'm thinking to myself, holy crap, he's going to get arrested for this shit. Next morning, I see him at breakfast like nothing happened.
That's amazing.
So he was able to talk his way out of it as well. Because no one really saw the fight except for us.
Right.
Or, the people in that area. The security people didn't really know who started it first.
That's amazing.
Oh, it was terrific watching them just drag him out of the place.
Sometimes you got to get it out.
Unbelievable. So here's the raw audio. We pick it up where this guy isn't really giving directions. Did you get the part where he's going side to side and all that?
You could do that too.
Yeah, bring it back. We got time to kill.
What city is this in now?
California, right?
Was this the California
Yes.
story?
I think it was.
Okay. I know. So this guy's getting frustrated. He sets up his camera because he knows this guy is not cooperating.
Right.
And then they're at a light. He takes off again, and watch. The guy is so drunk he's just falling from side to side in the back.
He doesn't want puking in his car, probably.
And now he's paranoid. Like, this guy's just not good for my Uber career.
Yeah, you know when I'm throwing up in there.
Exactly.
All right, man, I gotta kick you out.
You got to kick him out.
Yeah.
You just need to go to...
No, I'm kicking you out, man. You're too drunk to give me directions, man.
No, I'm
Nope,
not sure.
I'm kicking you out.
I'm giving you the directions right
Nope,
now.
that's it. Trip's ended.
No, I'm giving you the directions.
Trip's already ended, man.
No, I'm giving you the directions.
Nope,
to
I'm
get
kicking
to
you out.
Park Newport. That's
I'm
all you
kicking-
need to go is
Nope.
Park Newport.
I'm kicking you out, man.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
All you need to go is Park Newport.
I'm kicking you out.
I'm giving you the directions to Park Newport.
I've already
That's
ended the
it.
trip.
Well, I'm in giving you a new trip.
That's no. Get out of my car.
Park Newport.
Get out of my car.
The cabbie is kind of being a dick.
Get out.
Unless there's something we totally missed. This guy's too drunk to drive. What the fuck's he supposed? I guess he shouldn't get that drunk, but
Yeah, that's a good point too. I think he was frustrated that the guy wasn't really giving him directions, proper directions to his place.
And I think he was at the end of his rope because there was an article I read yesterday that he ended up quitting Uber and he's just fed up with the clientele, the people that are taking Uber.
okay. Then don't do it. Fair enough. You don't do it for a living if you don't want to do it.
Like he said that Uber offered to pay for cleaning his car because he got pepper spray all over it, and he's like, nah, I'm done.
He had
Okay.
it.
He pepper sprayed the dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
you'll see it.
My
I didn't see that
God!
part.
Here we go.
In my car, or I will call the police.
You can tell he's at the end of his rope, I guess. All right.
What?
Let me tell you something, you little shit. Fucking bitch. Fucking get the fuck out. Fucking bitch.
Yeah?
Damn.
Fuck yeah, I'm giving you the fucking little shit.
He pepper sprayed the shit out of him.
Yeah. Call the police. Yeah, that's what happened. No, get the fuck. Call the police. Yeah, you got
The guy's trying to walk away.
The guy's vomiting. When the cops pulled up, the guy was vomiting.
From the pepper
From the
spray.
pepper spray.
And probably the alcohol as well.
Yeah, but he was puking.
That is a hell of a slap, though.
That was
Wow.
a couple
Yeah.
nice ones in there.
Yes.
How come the guy didn't?
What a dick, though.
why
That
would
dude's
he-
a dick.
Why would he need directions instead of just putting it in the Uber thing?
The article that I read said that when he picked him up, he wasn't telling him where he wanted
nothing.
to go. He's like, I'll give you directions, and he wasn't.
Okay.
And he just wasn't.
Too fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was twisted.
He was twisted, all right.
I'm sure cabbies hate. That's gotta be annoying. Some
course.
fucking guy's too loaded to talk.
Of course. What's the update? We got the update here, or?
Yeah, the guy got fired.
Yeah, he.
The Uber driver did. We're making such a presentable target.
The passenger is a Taco Bell marketing guy.
executive, right?
Yeah, gone.
He was up in the organization. Up there a little bit.
Yeah, what was his name? Joe, it doesn't matter.
Here, push play on this. Let's
Something
get the update from Shepard.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm giving you.
Aggressive much? They say they arrested that passenger. They say the driver had accused him of being drunk and tried to kick him out of the car.
I picked him up. He started becoming belligerent. I didn't feel safe anymore with him in the vehicle, and at that point I decided it was time that he needed to leave.
Uber reportedly claims the driver is doing just fine now.
Good old Shepard.
The guy got fired from his job.
Yeah.
And they encourage him to seek help.
Yes.
It's different than like when you say something stupid publicly. Like when you're on video violently assaulting somebody.
Yeah, you
Violent.
gotta
go.
go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You gotta go.
That no one
gots
wants a
to
violent
go.
felon. or a guy assaulting another person.
So now at the Christmas party, at Taco Bell Christmas party, here you go drinking, beating somebody up.
That, you know what? That's funny, but that is a cause for companies have to worry about that now. If he does anything at work, that's fucking a lawsuit. You guys knew you had video of him.
Yes,
he should be used to drunk people though. He works at Taco Bell.
Yeah, but he's in the office. He's not in the store.
He's the one out selling that delightful fucking fare.
He's not on the front lines.
He's on the front lines of that war.
Yeah, that is a war too.
The other update was that Uber banned him from using their service in the future.
Really?
He'll be on Lyft.
Yeah.
There's other companies.
He's fucked.
That's embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing.
He's so fucking angry. He's so angry
and drunk.
And he's trying to tell the Uber guy to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know what he's saying in his anger.
He tried to ram his head against the window, too.
Yeah, no shit.
He just happened to miss.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Yeah, he's a real piece of shit. But he probably, I wonder if he even remembers this or if he's too fucked up.
Yeah, he was like...
that pepper spray, he'll remember.
Yeah, that pepper spray really is probably a memory bringer backer.
Oh, shit. It's dangerous, though. It's dangerous being an Uber driver, cab driver in general. I fucking feel for those guys. But when you find that one of these guys is a dick and then he's not treating you right...
Most are all right.
Most are all right.
Most cabbies are all right.
You have to put the glass in. That bulletproof glass.
Oh, yeah,
You're
the
crazy.
partition.
Not I guess an Uber is different because that's your real car.
Yeah, but I bet you there'll be some kind of company that pops up that will take care of your car.
Without a doubt,
So you have some kind of... You need a barrier.
Something you can put in and take out real easy.
Yes.
I always find it weird when you go to another city and they don't have that barrier.
Yeah.
So strange.
The guy this morning didn't have it. It was like,
really?
Or was it last night? No, it was last night. I took cab last night.
Oh, yeah. If they own their own cab, sometimes they don't put it in. They don't have to put it in.
Why wouldn't you?
Because that's their weekend car as well, to go out to the country with the family.
Yeah, in another town. I'm like,
But
don't
they
y'all
have
know
the
about killings?
But they have the cameras, though, set up.
They do have the cameras.
That's great. So there's a good video of the guy hitting you with a hammer.
They feel safe because they got the camera in the car.
It's like somebody will know the story, but you'll be well dead.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yes. It's the white cabbies, though, that scare me in New York City.
What?
The white ones seem to be the crazy ones.
What white ones?
Look, I'm getting a nod over there.
No, yeah.
What do you mean, the white cab driver?
White cab drivers in New York City seem to be, in general, the crazy ones.
You know why? Because they've seen the whole game change. Most of the white cab drivers are not new cab drivers. They've been driving since the 70s.
Right. Yeah.
So they're like, I've seen the business change all the way. They've seen the worst part of it. So
yeah, and it's very rare to see a white cab driver.
One of my dudes, I see a dude all the time down at when I come on the Comedy Cellar, like late night. I ran into him maybe like 5 times since I've been doing comedy.
Yeah.
And he's an old white cab driver. He's a cool dude. He got mad stories about New York City.
Oh, I can imagine.
But he's been driving for fucking 35 years.
Jay London used to drive a cab.
Really?
Before he did stand up. Yeah, that's what he did. I think he boxed at one point and he drove a cab. So he's got some interesting.
That looks
from
right.
way back too.
He looks like a cab driver.
Yeah, who used to box?
Yeah,
Jay's a giant Mount Rushmore fucking head. Thin nose. He's had some problems.
He's in L.A. now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just stupid when you see cab drivers in movies. They're always white guys, which is that's not the case.
They're trying not to stereotype.
That's so
But
stupid.
yeah, stereotype when you're giving out a job for it, motherfucker. You can get an acting job. Stereotype then. Don't stereotype when you don't want to hire.
It's just dumb. It's always that old school white cab driver in movies, and that's not what it is.
That's how I see fucking dumb commercials where they scared to use a black person as the criminal in like these ADT house.
God,
that
it's
is
like
just
really
dumb.
the one time that we can actually get paid for being a criminal. You don't give us a job. You fucking dummies.
Yeah, I don't mind. You know, sometimes it makes sense to mix it up, but they get carried away. It's like they always do it now. It's the white criminals and the black chief or the black only because they're afraid, not because they want to be realistic, but they're so afraid of getting like fucking.
You got to mix it up at least.
Yeah,
put a white and a black person in there.
Yeah,
make the criminals
getting
work
along
in a team.
And Whitey's not pissed off that we're the criminals in those commercials. We don't give a fuck.
No. We know
but you put a black guy as the criminal, and all hell will break loose.
The black dude would be like this. Thanks for my SAG points.
Yeah.
The commercials are just getting stupid in general, though. They're just
how about the hacks, the KKK hacks now? All these people being exposed as Klansmen by the hackers.
Oh, that's amazing.
These hacktivists.
Wasn't that anonymous?
Anonymous. I don't think they've released all of them. November 5th.
You just busted it.
Yes, I did.
Jimmy.
That was the good news. The Klan is getting outed, so I broke a little wind.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's
warning wind.
What are they publishing names and stuff?
Yeah. There's a bunch of people are denying it. I don't like anonymity online, but anonymous, I like what they do. Because they don't.
Jesus Christ, Jimmy.
They tend to do. Yeah, you're right. That was a bad one.
Fart is bad.
They tend to do some good stuff. Like they go after people that you want people going after. like
Right.
the Klan, fucking, and like if someone covers up a rape, they
But
go
what
after
about
them.
Ashley Madison? Who went after that? That was evil.
That wasn't them.
Okay. That was just an evil, what a player-hating situation.
And they didn't go away, Ashley Madison. They're regrouping.
There's probably some guy.
With the new CEO.
There's probably some guy who got fucked over on there or fell in love with someone who was a butt or something, or an ex-employee.
Turns out there's no girls on there, right?
Yeah.
On Ashley?
There's not a lot of girls on there. A lot of fake girl accounts. A shitload of fake girl accounts.
So they claim they would reveal the identity of 1,000.
Jimmy, it finally made it to
boy.
here.
Oh,
I haven't smelled one of these in a while.
Oh, good.
boy.
Yeah, that's the
It's gonna
first.
be a good day.
That's a good morning. That's it. I got excited about the Klan story,
Holy
and my
fuck.
hiney just opened up as the ideas began spilling out of me. All of my holes opened.
Well, the bouquet of that one.
Yeah,
I was
really.
wondering why it wasn't affecting anybody else but me.
It rolls in like the fog. I'm waiting for Hal Holbrook to poke out of it.
Wow.
It's
That's
really
been up
bad.
Usually I don't care.
What
That's
did
been
I
up
eat?
in them all night.
Oh, my God. Oh, my
What
God.
did I eat yesterday?
Oh, my God.
I don't know. Let's try. Let's play a guess of
A dead cat?
What did Jim eat? Let's play a
Roadkill?
game of what
Right.
did Jim eat.
I'll go with a dead cat and some half and half.
No, I had no dairy. I was gonna have ice cream the other night, and I decided not to treat myself.
Holy shit.
That was raw.
A fucking tire.
Oh, you guys are just trying to make me feel better. Come on.
Anonymous claimed it would reveal the identity of 1,000 KKK members after gaining the information through a compromised Twitter account associated with the group. Anonymous also is promising to unleash a social media campaign against the KKK on November 4th.
Nice.
Tomorrow, that is, right?
Yeah.
Using the hashtag hoods off.
And there's some senator who's denying it. You never know if it's totally accurate or not, but this one senator, Dan Coates, came out and had to,
He denied it before it even came out?
I guess his name was linked to it already, and some guy, Amos, asked him, and he said, Amos, completely false. I've never had any affiliation with the Ku Klux Klan and deplore all forms of discrimination.
Well, let's look into his fucking Facebook account. Let's see how many black faces in there with his friends.
Yeah.
Wait, why? How does the story go? His name has already been released?
I'm guessing it has been.
Okay.
Or it's got
Asians.
leaked. I don't know.
Asian friends. Let's see what kind of mix of friends he got in his Facebook.
Yeah.
Because I think he's down with it.
You might be right.
I think he's down, Jimmy.
I already came out with my denial.
Did you?
Yes, you gotta do a preemptive strike.
Why did you email it to me?
Wait, which one are you denying? There's a lot of things you could
Just
be
in
denying.
general. There's one I can't deny anymore, and then there's one that, with the thing. If my name happens to show up on any Klan list, it's just
You're just being a silly goose.
I just tweeted my denial. I don't want a preemptive strike.
Wait, did you actually? Wait, why are we going to his Twitter? I think he actually did this.
Of course I had to.
I think Jimmy actually did this.
I had to.
Jimmy or Chip?
I have to. No, Chip wouldn't have anything. He has no
Okay,
KKK.
let's go to Jim Norton's Twitter. I see
Yes.
what's going on here.
Chip thought it was a clothing thing. He thought it was knickers. He didn't know.
Anonymous is outing members of the KKK. Let me say for the record, I am not a member. I simply do their laundry.
That's it. I wanted to clarify that. A little white sheet joke, Jimbo.
Jesus.
I gotta change my profile pic. That looks like a Klan shot. There's a balding guy with a fucking pair of shades.
That's a great pick.
Yeah, that was from a short film.
Yes.
But anyway, they're doing that. And I think that one's kind of good because the Klan's a fucking.
Look how happy you are in that picture with Ozzy Osbourne, and look how happy Sharon is that how much you love fucking Ozzy. She loves how much you love him. Look at her face.
That was a great day.
That's a great pick.
It's a lot of fun.
Watch, move, dumb Jimmy's. Click on the picture.
Yeah.
So you can see Sharon's face.
That's my the pic behind the profile photo on Twitter, and I don't know why they're refusing to do as Schroeder's asked.
You can't do it.
Who's this guy?
You can't do it?
No.
Who's this guy in
He's
the back?
clicking on it.
Yeah, I'm clicking. Click. Listen.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can't see Sharon's face. That's the best part of the picture. The way she's looking at how happy Jimmy is.
I think there's, I've seen, maybe on your phone you could see it or something.
Yeah, you can. You scroll
right?
down. Or something.
Whatevs.
She is so proud in that picture.
Yeah.
She loves that you love the odds.
Yeah, you can see she's all.
Last tour for Black.
That's how it should look.
Last tour for Black Sabbath, huh?
Yeah, they're done.
All the radio stations are promoting the fuck out of that.
When's that starting?
Soon.
Yeah, they're going to be here
Last
in
chance to
February.
see Black Sabbath. And most are convinced this is it.
They added to the tour. They're coming back and they're doing February. They're doing August in Jones Beach.
I might have to go.
I'm absolutely going. Yeah, I'm going to try.
I've
to go
never seen
twice.
Black Sabbath. I've seen Ozzy a couple times over the years, but never the whole band.
What
Yeah,
are they doing in the garden? They're going to be in the garden in Jones Beach and shit like that?
they're doing the Garden February 22nd.
February 27th.
Oh, I got to go to that.
I really want to go see that one and cheer. Hi guys,
I'm here.
Hi. It's me. Yes, we've seen you, but guys,
Oh, for bloody sakes, he's here again.
you again, right?
Leave us
They
alone.
said you once or
Jared.
twice, did they?
Yeah, they've been annoyed with me. So, I think that's kind of cool. They're outing the Klan. You know.
That was Sabbath. That's your favorite out of
my favorite people ever. Yeah.
But anonymous is anonymous. That makes it a little strange.
Though? I understand that.
They're anonymous and they're going after a group that's anonymous.
There's a certain, but they're not anonymous is not a group who has burned crosses on lawns.
Right.
Like there is a difference, and they're not just trolls who are being little douchebags, who are being cowards, who are afraid to say certain things. They're actually going after real shit.
Right.
You know, they're going after these high schools where a rape will happen and they cover it up because it's a popular player.
Right.
They go after stuff like that.
Right.
They go after legitimate,
some real issues.
Yeah, real stuff. They're not just being a bunch of cunts. They're actually they seem to avoid a lot of that stuff. Like a lot of the stuff that would just be, they didn't like that someone said that. They don't seem to bother with that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Right. They go for real shit, the real issues.
Yeah, and I kind of get why they do what they do.
Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow with this whole thing. The KKK.
Klan's a different. That list. They have the right to exist. They really do. But everybody knows the Klan are just fucking cunts. And
I'm going to tweet an apology that my name came up on the list.
I performed at their Christmas party. I'm sorry.
A gig's a gig.
It was good money. And they just kept saying you're one of the good ones. And how can a fella resist such acceptance?
The GOP is getting spanked today. That last debate on CNBC was a disaster. The moderators were horrendous.
They
were horrible.
Didn't the press look worse than that than they did, though, I thought, right? CNBC, the media looked bad.
Way worse. But now, because of that, they're demanding some things be changed before the next debate.
Yeah, they're going to cancel the one on NBC or MSNBC.
Unless their demands are met. And I don't think Donald Trump is in on this. I think he wants to negotiate his own demands.
He wants to negotiate his own.
Yeah, because
that's where he's going to go wrong.
Ben Carson wants more people on the dais, and Trump wants less people on the dais. They got different demands.
Less people.
It should be less
Most
people.
of those guys don't have a shot.
Yeah.
Kick out the ones that you know don't have a shot.
Yeah.
They buzz off.
And let's move forward with this whole thing. But
poor Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush was the only one who looked bad on the dais that day, too. The commentators, awful.
Right.
Jeb Bush, probably worse than them.
Right. Well,
Rubio shut him down like there was battle rapping.
Yes, he did.
It was terrific.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was great to watch.
I kind of like that one.
Yeah, Jeb stinks.
And Bush
He stinks.
And he's the better Bush.
He means well.
He's
a
smarter.
lovely man.
He's the real politician in the family,
He's the
right?
better Bush. We won't go want no parts of him.
But doesn't have that personality that you need to be the president.
He
you
would
need
have
that
to look
charisma.
so differently, and he would have to have. But his body mannerisms, it just reminds you too much of it's been too many.
It's been too many.
Just go home.
He just looks like a very sad man.
And he's nerdy, too. He's a nerd who's trying to talk loud now.
Yeah.
And it looks weird.
I have energy.
Didn't he restart his campaign yesterday or something? There was a big headline.
Yes, I'm not a cunt. There's going to be what he runs under. But he's spelling it C-U-N-T. Oh, God, I spilled my coffee. Oh, thank God that was a disaster. I'm really tired, guys. I was up last night watching John Gielgud interviews. Sorry.
Oh, Jeb Bush in a hoodie. Why is this significant?
That's for the black vote.
He's just a kid. I mean,
he's trying to get the Trayvon vote.
I heard that he was restarting his campaign yesterday.
He's not in a hoodie.
I heard that he's releasing emails to show that he's a fun guy.
Yeah. He's a man of the people.
He feels like he's been, holding it too close to the vest, and now he wants the people to see who the real Jeb Bush is. Finally,
that's a good move when you have 1% of the vote. That's a good time to do it. On your way out the door, hello, I must be going. Fucking asshole, shut up.
Let's see this. He's putting on a girl hoodie.
It's only 105 degrees. I'm in Las Vegas, but I'm wearing my hoodie from Thumbtack. Thank you for the visit. I had a great time. Eat your heart out, Zuckerberg.
Yeah, that's what I want my president doing.
Oh, wow.
Jeb!
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. What are you doing? He's finished. How many views?
27,000.
He's just not generating.
That's on his YouTube page?
Any interest.
Even him putting on a hoodie, he can't get any views.
I'll bet you they donated money to his campaign, so he's playing nice because his donors are running away.
He's got all the money, but his donors are leaving now. But he started off with the most money out of everybody running.
Yeah, the hoodie, it's a little small, too, a little tight.
It looks tight. Look at how stupid he looks. Look at how he literally looks like an Oompa Loompa. Oh, he looks terrible.
Oh, man.
Oh, Jeb.
Oh, Jeb.
Oh, Jebity.
That's a good screen cap. This the guy you want making war decisions.
He looked like a high school principal trying to look cool in front of his black students.
And he's probably just a lovely individual.
Yeah, he's the nicest guy. He's the nicest guy. That's the problem. Beat it.
What, do we have anything on the Jeb Bush restarting that campaign? There's a big fucking story. He wants people to read his emails because it shows how he's just a fun guy.
That's like Malaysian Airlines trying to restart that flight.
Jeb Bush tries to restart faltering campaign. What are some of the things he wants to do in the restart or the reboot? If you can find that would be terrific. Let's see. We'll find it. We'll finally give you that update. I don't know if that's going to work though.
Rubio.
Now Trump on Rubio. He's a lightweight, is what Trump's saying. That's the big headline today. He's a lightweight.
He shot Jeb Bush down something terrific.
Yeah, that was a good exchange.
He's like, who put you up to this, dum-dum?
Right.
That's pretty much what it came down to.
So the GOP letter to vet debate sponsors. There's a whole bunch of things they want. Included in their demands, 30-second opening and closing statements.
Yeah.
Pre-approval of graphics and biographies.
Yeah.
No lightning rounds. And commitment to parity
Thank you.
in distribution and quality of questions and time.
I think that's fair. To want that.
Yeah.
To want the distribution to be fair, because they always put. I know that the whoever's leading in the polls gets front and center on the camera, but it should be random.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't it be random if it's a real honest debate?
Right. Will you commit that you will not, this is what they want, ask the candidates to raise their hands to answer a question? Ask yes/no questions without time to provide a substantive answer. Have a lightning round, like we said. Allow candidate-to-candidate questioning. Allow props or pledges by the candidates. Have reaction shots of members of the audience or moderators during debates.
Why do you want? No, I don't know. Why do we need reaction shots?
They don't want that.
They don't.
Oh, I thought they do want that.
No.
Okay.
Show an empty podium after a break. Describe how far away the bathrooms are. Because people are running to go to the bathroom and they're showing the empty podium.
Here's how bad Jeb Bush's debate was. The biggest two lines of the debate from Rubio, another one was from Chris Christie, and they both attacked Jeb Bush.
Yeah.
Chris Christie was like, why are we talking about fantasy football?
Yeah, that was a weird exchange, and he was all proud of his 7-0 record.
Yes. You so out of touch, Jeb.
And like Chris Christie's like, let them gamble. Who gives a fuck? There's bigger problems here, you idiot. Because wasn't Rubio going after the fact that he plays fantasy football?
Yes.
Yeah. What is this? Is this the
His
reboot?
speech from yesterday, yeah.
All right. Jeb can fix it.
He's got a new slogan.
Oh, no. That's his slogan?
Yeah.
Then why are you referring yourself in the third person?
All right, let's go to the reboot clip, then we'll go back to more of the demands, and then we got to play Obama's making fun of the GOP.
Jeb can fix
That's got to be pissing off some people today, because Obama's laughing at that these guys are trying to get some demands met for the next debate. But first, Jeb Bush on his reboot.
Jeb can fix it.
I've gotten a lot of advice lately myself.
Good.
More than enough, thank you.
Two laughs on the same
Some
joke.
is stylistic. Take off the suit coat. Ditch the glasses. Get rid of the purple striped tie. I like the tie.
This guy's he's really revving it up now. He's my guy. He's hilarious. Jeb's my guy.
That's your guy, Jimmy?
Yeah. People keep telling me, imagine if he just went too far. Why don't you take that tie and put it around your neck and jerk off in a closet like David Carradine? What? We said just amp up the energy a little bit, not work blue. He just went off the fucking rails. People are telling me, why don't you finally speak out against your semi-retarded brother? I don't know. What? Jeb, no, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Some advice is more strategic. Nail that zinger. Be angrier. Hide your inner wonk.
What?
But I've learned two important things from my time serving as your governor.
What's that, Mr. Belding?
One, I can't be something I'm not. And two, getting things done isn't about yelling into a camera or regurgitating sound bites free of substance. The campaign trail is littered with candidates disguised as television critics.
Pause. You know what this is?
Politicians.
I'll tell you what else he should have learned.
This is a
You're
Hail
not going
Mary.
to win by putting an exclamation point after your name.
Yeah.
It's not a good campaign slogan. Me!
Well, now he's going with Jeb can fix it.
Oh, it's
Jeb
just-
can fix it.
Jeb
And
can
there's-
fix it.
There's an elderly lady holding up a sign with a hashtag all in for Jeb.
Oh, isn't she nice? That shitty haircut of hers. Looks like fucking Brian Dennehy. Go home, lady.
He doesn't even know how to do a proper hashtag. All in for Jeb.
Jeb can fix what? My broken hip. Jeb can fix it.
Remember when he slapped five with somebody on during debate?
Trump was horrible.
It was the worst
High five ever.
It was like a hit. Like he was trying to get a free hit on Trump.
Yeah.
Terrible.
But if you look at the photos of Trump, the graphic "Make America Great Again" that's in front of his podium, it's the same text. It's the same white letters on blue with the red kind
Yeah,
of.
it's presidential. It stinks. All of
It's,
it.
but he's
copying the same
He's
thing.
copying the exact
He's
same.
copying because
Jeb
that's
can
working for
fix
Trump.
it.
Yeah.
Let's push play on this.
Since echoing poll-tested pablum. But leadership is something far different. It's about telling people what they want to hear, not what they want to hear.
Oh, you
Slab. Oh, Freudian.
Oh, that's an important line.
That's why they don't want a lightning round. This fucking dull-witted idiot.
Oh, man.
You dimwit.
Did that happen?
Go back.
Did that really happen?
Oh.
How about what he should have done if he had any fucking ability to think quick on his feet? You never correct yourself like that.
Yeah.
He should have said, if he could think, it's about telling people what they want to hear, only when it's what they need to hear.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's hear that.
No, that's not what I meant. Oh, you fucking idiot.
Let's hear that
was
again.
bad.
Stinks.
It's about telling people what they want to hear, not what they want to hear.
Oh, you
shit.
fucking stupid ass.
Oh, man. He just fucking. Oh, that was George W. That was-
Oh,
Do that again.
Stinks.
To make me giggle all day.
Not what they want to hear, but what they must hear. It's not about saying the right thing, but doing the right thing. I will do everything in my power to win this
Jeb.
race, but there's some things I'm not willing to do.
Uh-oh, what?
I will not compromise on my principles.
I will not consort with a Jew. I will not allow any of them, not toward the black guy, into our home.
Into our home.
I will not trade in an optimistic outlook to put on the cloak of an angry agitator. And I will not make anyone feel small so I can feel big.
I will not blow out anyone's candle so mine could shine brighter. And other things I've heard Jim Norton say. This guy's stealing my shit.
That's your bits?
Yes, that's my saying. Blow out someone's candle to make yours shine brighter.
Americans are looking for a president, not a pundit. A leader, not a protester. For 7.5 years, we've been led by a cynic in chief. It's time we elected a commander in chief.
Ew.
Wow. Jeb, you ain't got it, Jeb.
Yeah.
He's the Tito of this Jackson Bush.
You want to get half of these fucking pussies out of here, or most of them? Make it a requirement that whoever serves as president has served in the military.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're I'm not saying that those guys are always no better, but if you're gonna send people off to fucking die, maybe you should at least have been there yourself.
Absolutely.
And that would exclude a lot of guys.
Absolutely.
Oh, that was excluded
A
all the
lot of guys.
Half the presidents we already had.
Or even more. I mean, have any of them in recent years served? Bush did serve, yes. George Bush, he was a lieutenant.
Well, that was a little shaky, according to the movie The Truth.
Then again, Clinton didn't serve, and he was a good president compared to. So maybe that's a bad philosophy.
All right, back to the the GOP thing.
I course corrected.
And their demands for the debate. So we were at allow props or pledges by the candidates, have reaction shots of members of the audience or moderators during debates.
Are they saying don't do it? I just read that.
Don't,
okay.
yeah. Will you commit that you will not have reaction shots of members of the audience or moderators during debates? Other things they don't want.
Because they can have somebody in the audience just going like this every time they show
That's
Trump. They'd go
absolutely
to
right.
table 3 and some girl like this.
And they don't, because they were actually asking me to come to the debate because they said I have a very believable, like, outrage reaction shot. And I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Let's see.
Show an empty podium after a break. Describe how far away the bathrooms are. They don't want that. They don't want behind.
We want to wear diapers so we can just drop logs and talk issues. We want to piss and shit while talking issues.
Use behind shots of the candidates showing their notes. They don't want that. Leave microphones on during breaks. They don't want that. Allow members of the audience to wear political messages. Who enforces that? They don't want that.
Well, they're doing it for the Democratic. How about you have the same rules as the Democrats do?
They didn't seem to have a problem, I guess, right?
Oh, there's the Trumpmeister back on Fox and Friends. Ooh, I see him and Fox have made up.
See? Oh. That's impressive.
It sure is. Old raccoon eyes.
He's doing everybody.
Well, you know why they got him on now? Because CNBC fucked up majorly in his debates. Everybody knows that. Right. So now Fox, they want to stroke that fucking fire and let.
What channel's got the next debate?
He plays these dummies better than anybody.
That's a good question. Who's the winner next debate is?
It's NBC.
Oh, he plays them.
Fox News Business will be the next one. Thank you, Travis.
I couldn't have been wronger.
Thank you.
Travis, you don't correct me. You're supposed to nod. We talked about that. Travis has been told that was one of our list of agreements. Right. Travis will no longer correct me. He will just nod and say, "Good, Jim's correct." Boo.
What is the size of the audience? Who is receiving tickets? They want to know all that. Who's in charge of distributing those tickets and filling the seats?
It gets dangerous when the candidates got too much control of the debates, because then they're going to start controlling the questions, I believe. And who wants that?
I never paid attention to any of this.
No questions about the issues.
This is bothering them. What instructions will you provide to the audience about cheering during the debate? So they don't want them cheering.
No, they said they also want them to wear shirts and skins.
Nice. I saw shirts and skins the other day. It seems so weird.
It seems too sexual now when you look back.
They were playing touch football, and I think they were a little too old for shirts and skins. Oh. Doesn't it get to a point where it just looks homoerotic or something?
Yeah, at some point you got to go shirts and shirts.
After 5.
You know when.
You know when. Shirts and shirts, nigga.
High school shirts and skins, whatever. But these guys look like they're well into their 30s playing shirts and skins.
They need to do shirts and sweaters.
Right.
Maybe they should do pants and skins. That'd be nice.
Tackle them, Jim.
Yeah. Get grass stains on your dick. How awful is that? You're 40. Like, oh no.
I remember when I was still playing a lot of basketball. It got to a point where you just had to figure out who the fuck was on your team. It wasn't shirts and skins anymore.
Shirts and skins. You come to a certain age, you can't do it anymore.
You just don't want to.
It's uncomfortable for other people to see you like that.
Here's when you don't want to. After you come up for a rebound, when you already land, and 8 seconds later your tits are still bouncing, you're like, you know what? Let's stop with this.
Double dribble.
I think I can memorize who's on my team now. Yeah. What are the plans for the lead into the debate? Pre-shot video? All right, whatever. Now it's getting stupid. Are you running promo ads before the debate? All right. What type of microphones? They want to know that.
Oh, come on,
Can you pledge that the temperature in the hall be kept below 67 degrees?
What is this, Jay-Z's writer?
That's fair, though.
It goes on and on. So then Obama got a hold of this whole thing, and he had a little fun with the guys.
How can you?
What did he say?
He went after him, basically saying, if you can't handle a debate and you need all these rules, how are you going to handle China and Russia?
Nice.
I believe it was something like that.
He's actually asking for advice.
No, seriously, how would you?
Yeah, how would you? I just all kidding aside, guys.
Here it is.
They want to repeal the Affordable Care Act. I know that's shocking, and kick millions of people off their health insurance. But when you ask them, well, what is it that is so bothering you about people having health insurance? They can't tell you. Because originally it was, well, it's never going to work. All right, so then it started working. Then they say, well, it's going to blow up the deficit. And it's not blowing up the deficit. And then they said, well, it's going to drive everybody else's premiums up, but that hasn't happened. So at some point you'd think they'd say, well, maybe we should just try to work to make health insurance even better, right?
Hold on, let me switch clips.
Yeah, what was that clip? I hope he uses that to segue into... But they could figure out what their demands were with these.
I mean, in all fairness, the Republicans just want to redo the whole health thing, right? They don't want to just totally they don't want to totally get rid of it.
I don't know.
I don't know what
I
they
think
want to
some
do.
just want to get rid of it.
You think they just want to just completely wipe it clean? Do they have their own plan though?
Some do, some don't. Some people just want to repeal it,
right, and start over,
and then go back to what it was.
Just go back to what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know if we should do that.
I know we shouldn't do that. We should not do that.
I'm so sick of people, like, and I don't mean us, I'm saying like the politicians talking about health care. Everybody just shut up about it. Let just people have health care and fucking move on.
Yeah.
Enough already. You cunt away enough of our money. At least if I know someone's going to get them, a measles shot, I can live with that more than the other ways you waste it, you fucking no accountability twats.
You cunt away our money. That's brilliant. It's, absolutely.
And they
I don't
all
know where
do
our
it.
tax money goes.
They all do it.
Where the fuck does half that shit go?
They're all fucking shit. So if I know some that's being thrown away and a bunch of shitheads without insurance, I'd rather have a bunch of shitheads without insurance have insurance than a bunch of other shitheads get other perks.
I agree.
Right.
Noticed that every candidates say, Obama's weak. He's Putin's kicking sand in his face. When I talk to Putin, he's going to straighten out. Just looking at him, he's going to be. And then it turns out
he's killing.
They can't handle a bunch of CNBC moderators.
Wow, that's murderous. That was like fucking Pryor on the Strip.
Yeah, they're gonna
Pryor action there.
They're gonna straighten out Vladimir Putin, but they can't handle CNBC.
Where was this guy? The last year he's really loosened up.
I don't want to follow him.
Where was he?
I'll tell you what, he knows he has nothing to fight for anymore.
Yeah.
He's got the gig, so he's like, fuck it, I'm going on Bear Grylls show.
Yeah. I'm going to eat some salmon.
Yeah, he's trying to get Flavor of Love rebooted so he can do something. Good for him.
And he said, fuck it with the Just for Men, I noticed.
This is all gray now.
He's letting it come in. No, because if you really were paying attention, he would go with the gray, and then it would be jet black again.
The next day.
And then it would slowly start getting gray again, and now
At some
he's
point,
like,
you got to throw the
fuck it.
towel. You got to throw the towel in.
Let it go.
He's saying just vug it. Let it come in.
I saw Jay Leno on TV the other day with his cars. Holy shit, his head is white.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's got the whitest head.
He's got just that hint of that spot left.
When did that happen?
He stopped having to do it, I guess. I guess he stopped having to.
Did he put that spot in?
He went full Donahue.
I think he put that spot in for a few years.
What, the dark spot in the for
He
TV?
always had a little dark in the
that
front.
shit is gone.
But I think he had that done.
For TV. I
Just because
agree.
it was
I
his
think so.
thing for a while.
There it is.
I kind of watched this show a couple
I like
times.
that show.
What I've seen of it, it was really good.
Yeah,
It wasn't bad at all. Him in his blue shirt, though, is so weird.
That
He
denim
wears that
shirt?
every day.
I know.
It's
That's
crazy.
all he has.
I know. He has, 100 of them or something?
I tell you, in the dressing room, it would literally be 30 of the same outfit, except his suits. But his knockaround outfit is exactly that, tucked in, same thing every day.
And this guy's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and he has shitty jeans.
All old men like that.
He's got
Him and Tom
shitty
Jones got the
jeans.
same old man jeans.
I love Jay Leno, but the jeans are shitty.
He like a shop teacher in a fucking public school.
Right, and he's tucked in.
I don't know
Can't go with
why.
the tuck.
64 Porsche. I actually want to go to his garage. I've never done
That's
that.
amazing.
But
Is
I would
he-
like to go there. and
Is
look at
that his garage right there?
I don't. I'm guessing. I don't know.
I know I saw an episode where he was with Tim Allen and in Tim
Oh,
Allen's
yeah,
garage.
I saw that episode.
That's the only one I actually saw.
That's how you
And
know
then I
you're
saw
rich.
a couple clips.
When you have a garage that the camera crews want to show up at.
Yeah. And the cars just sit there like a museum. He's not taking. Well, he takes some of them.
He drives
out.
them. He drives all
he
of them.
drives them.
You think every single one he does?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. There's always shots of him driving.
I know he
like
drives a lot of
some
them, but
steam-powered car.
I'm assuming that there's a couple that he's like,
I
no
think he drives
fucking way
every-
am I touching this one.
He would literally,
Yeah.
every time you went there would be a different car parked in his spot. And I don't think I ever saw the same car parked twice.
Wow.
He would always have a different car
Yeah.
parked there. Some classic car.
What's the car insurance on that? How do they work that? It's one huge umbrella policy.
Oh, when you get a
after
fleet, you
while?
get it for a fleet. It's a different.
But how much you think that is a
I
year?
don't even know.
Oh, it's got to be
But I think-
$1,500 a year.
1,500.
Like, look at
Jesus.
that.
I think anything over like 4 or 5 cars is considered a fleet by your insurance company, so you can get a different
You
rate.
get a little better rate.
But how dangerous are half of these cars? Like, how do you
They're
insure
probably-
that car?
But
Like
he's,
that
he's
Laurel
on side.
Hardy-
He's on
Street ready.
side roads.
It's street ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus everybody slows down when you see a car like that. You don't say, I'm a racist, motherfucker. You slow down and
Look at that.
peek at it.
I'd run that shit off the road. I'm sorry.
Wow. That's
What
a
is that?
1906 Stanley steam car in Burbank. God damn, he loves cars.
Look at that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is fucking.
That is kind of cool. I just never got the
look
bug.
at that.
You know how much
cars.
Amish pussy you would get that with?
God, look at that.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, you're at a whole other level when you have like a hangar full of cars.
It's a hangar, right?
Seinfeld's the same way.
They all
Porsches, though.
Did Dave have cars?
Yeah. He has a
Same.
hangar.
So what's up with that?
Dave is a hangar, too?
Yeah, he has an airplane.
What's up with the late night guys needing a lot of cars?
He never talked about
Small penises.
Small penises.
Both Leno and
the fuck
and
is
Dave
that?
were both old car guys.
He's driving a helmet. What is that?
I don't know.
Three-wheel car. Let's see what it is.
Three? Oh, it's one wheel in the back.
Yeah. What is it for the people out there? Because they can't see this shit. What is that called?
Oh, that's
Indian.
That's like a 78 car.
It looks like it's got the Indian motorcycle logo on it.
It might be.
That's unbelievable.
Oh, look at that.
That looks so uncomfortable.
Well, for him.
Yeah, look at him.
It's probably for smaller people.
Where do you put your groceries?
Where you put your groceries?
It's a tiny, tiny space.
Yeah, I got a Lamborghini.
How the kids
you
gonna
do?
get in
You have
there?
a what?
Shut up.
I think it's. I think it's break time.
Lamborghini.
I think people got to explain this Quentin Tarantino thing for us a little bit.
Quinn, yeah, with the Black Lives Matter.
He went too far, right?
Then he, first of all, I gotta hear the exact clip what he said because I don't know. I heard versions of what he said, but didn't he say that? Did he say that all cops are murderers? Yes or no,
he did not.
Okay, that's good.
But it's somewhere in between, though.
Let's play the clip.
Yeah, let's go to break. We'll come back with the Quentin Tarantino thing. Try to figure that
We'll
out.
make
a little
love
bit.
during the break and talk about it when we're all relaxed and
Plus, he was referring to
What?
the cops. The good cops got to fucking point out the bad ones, and they got to police that shit too, and not look the other way or protect them with the.
He's not too wrong about that in a
Yeah.
way. But then again, how do you know? It's
Even
like
with dentists.
it's like the whole mental illness thing. Everyone's like, well, we all know who the mentally ill people are, but you can't start pulling them out.
You got to do
singling
something.
them out.
You got to do something. If people's lives are getting taken away, you got to do something.
But how do you know a cop's a bad one?
I mean, his record and look at how many incidents he got into.
Well, that I guess is right.
Even if you're a dentist, right, and you know bad dentists, motherfucker, speak up. You don't need somebody in your mouth tearing your shit up, and a dentist right next to him like this. I would never go to him.
Have you ever had a bad dentist?
No.
I have. Fuck yeah, man.
You've had a bad dentist?
Yes, I was taking a bath one time and they fucking came in and kidnapped me in my road.
No, that's a movie.
No, it's not. And they fucking
very
dragged me
famous
away.
movie.
My brother had passed away. He came to me.
Don't
and
show
shot.
it.
Right?
What?
You
And,
never talked about your brother.
Did you get any revenge on this dentist?
No, not really. I mean, we had a meal together. I had already eaten, and he had some diamonds. It's a long story. It's a long story.
We also got a mayor apologizing for his Halloween costume.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Is it blackface? Clan face?
Yeah.
Clan. He clanned it up for Halloween.
Planned it up.
Did he? Yeah, well, we got that after the break. Why don't we step aside? Sherrod, what do you got? I heard the taping for the pilot went well. You had a lot of fans of this radio show down there?
A lot of fans
supporting
from Opie
you?
and Jimmy down there. Yeah, it was great. We had an audience. We did it in Manhattan Center. It was unbelievable. So we'll see.
I hope the show gets picked up.
Me too, brother.
You need a little hit.
Yes.
Sherrod needs a hit.
A hit, baby.
And Jimmy's got all sorts of things.
Charlotte this weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Pushing the Charlotte.
Yeah. The other stuff is all coming up, Erie and Jacksonville.
What's the Charlotte room?
The Comedy Zone. It's an
Oh,
awesome
that's the
club.
zone. Yeah, the zone is good.
The zone's good. All right, we got lots to do, but first this. I want this sweater. Got a few bucks there, Sherrod? I want this sweater.
What kind of sweater is it?
Kurt Cobain's sweater is going up for auction. His
Get it.
cardigan from MTV Unplugged.
Oh, wow. I'd rather
Get
have
it.
the hat that he was wearing at the last moment. Still has half a head in it.
It's more of a bandana now.
I want that sweater, and I want to walk around New York City on a nice rainy day.
And you got to do the fucking sway.
I got to walk around in the sweater.
The come as you are sway, nigga.
I would love to get that and not take care of it.
Like he did?
Yeah, exactly. How much is that going to go for, you think?
I think it's going to get up to about 60 to 80,000.
Estimated to fetch between 40 G's and 60 G's.
I like to get that.
Opening bid has to be no less than $20,000.
I'll pay that.
Do it.
You're going to pay that?
What do you mean, do it?
Do it, Opie.
I don't have that fucking money.
That's an
for a
investment.
sweater?
Yes, you do. In a week's work, you have that money. I think you should absolutely. Yes, you do.
What? Really?
Yes, you do.
Do it. That's an investment. It's not going to depreciate. He's not coming back.
Well, I'm going to wear it, though.
Wear it
Can't
once
wear
or
it.
twice for a goof.
You can't. It's not like Leno in his cars. You can't wear that. That has to
Then
be like,
why buy it?
You gotta hang it on the wall.
Display it, man.
I ain't displaying it. I want to wear it.
That could be your kid's college fund.
Exactly.
I'm saying it's still going to be
Not
more
even-
money by the time they go to college.
How about not even his college fund? That's like maybe...
No, a semester.
I don't even think it's a year. I think it's a semester.
Yeah, semester.
What else is going up for bids?
Ringo
Or
Starr's
up for
drum
bid?
kit.
Yep.
He had
That's
sold
got to
it.
be a couple $100.
Lennon's
drum kit?
long lost
$300.
That's got to be brand new. I think I don't think he ever really played it.
After that night?
Huh?
What, Ringo's drum kit from...
There's rumors that Paul went back into the studio after Ringo went home. Paul would kind of go, all right, guys, I'm leaving. And then he would drive around a little bit, and then he would get the word that Ringo left, and then he would go back in the studio.
And fix it?
And rumor has it. And
Fix all that stuff?
And redo some drums. Redo some of
I
that
never
drumming.
heard that before.
Yeah.
Yo, look it up.
Yeah.
That's...
Someone back me up with this shit.
Yeah, and then I heard, and then Ringo later would say that's not me playing,
And
then-
everyone was like, why don't you shut up?
Yeah.
You're making some nice cash.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you can find an actual story
find
that,
a story.
that you know.
I never heard that.
Put some better facts in there instead of the old, he just rode around the neighborhood waiting.
He circled the block a couple times.
And all of a sudden would see stupid Ringo leave, and he's like,
Even,
all right, I'm coming back.
Even at that, Beatles 50th anniversary thing that they did a couple years
Yeah,
ago?
they didn't even trust him enough to play.
No, it was Ringo and Paul's drummer.
Yeah.
Doing Beatles songs together.
Yeah. Paul was like, no, I'm bringing my guy. You can play along with him, but I'm bringing my guy.
Wow. So Ringo is the Jeb Bush of the Beatles?
Well, he had a couple of tunes, right?
So what about, like when he played live in other concerts, who played then? He was still playing, right?
Yeah, but no one could hear.
Really?
He was an okay drummer.
But he wasn't ready for the album.
And when those guys went and did concerts, no one heard the songs because the stupid chicks were screaming bloody
so
murder.
much.
No one. That happened once to us in Boston. I got into the band Bush for a little while, a little bit.
What'd you talk about?
The band Bush.
What about it?
What?
You were in it?
No, I got into them a little bit.
Oh, okay. I
We
thought you
played
were-
a lot. We
I
played
was
a
like,
lot
were
of
you
their.
performing with Bush in Boston?
I kind of liked a few of their songs, and we played a lot of them at the only station that really rocks.
Right.
And I went to a show up there in Boston, and all the fucking little girls were screaming. You couldn't hear any of the fucking songs
That is annoying.
because they loved that Gavin Rosdale.
Yeah, Gavin was a guy. He's married to, what are they getting divorced now? Gwen
they're
Stefani?
divorced.
They're divorced now?
Yeah, they're done. But I remember going, fuck this. And supposedly it was 10 times worse for the Beatles. No one really heard them live.
Yeah.
Because the girls just screamed the whole fucking time.
That's what it's like when I'm on stage.
Yes, it happens to Jimmy.
Bunch of fucking beautiful girls. Chorus of "Get Off." Boo. Bring on anybody but you.
He's White Cosby, the yell stuff like that.
What else they got in this auction? Is
They
that
got a
about
John
it?
Lennon guitar.
Wow,
That's
really?
cool.
Oh wow.
How much is that going for?
$300.
$300?
Yeah.
All right.
What?
I think it's gonna be $300K.
Yeah.
Elvis's 24 karat gold leaf grand piano.
So this is all dead
Oh
dudes
wow.
now.
Yeah.
It's all dead dude auction.
Well, then there's
No, not Ringo.
Then there's a drop. There's a drop off. Steven Tyler's insurance card.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Eddie Vedder's handwritten Pearl Jam lyrics. That's kind of cool.
That's cool.
Travis wants that.
Michael Jackson stuff from him. The jacket he wore to Elizabeth Taylor's wedding.
Oh, that was a lovely jacket.
The
pajama-
PJs he wore. Right.
It has so many zippers.
What about? I mean, people want the pajamas he died in,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
guess you can't sell that shit. It's too ghoulish.
I'd love that. The fucking the extra propofol he never wound up using. I would love that. The skin cream. His nose, all that shit would be great.
Nose shaving.
Nose. Can you imagine? Yes, that's the stuff you really want, though.
That must look a mess now.
His nose in a jar.
Michael Jackson's dead.
There was a Paramount auction like about 10 years ago where they sold like a whole bunch of actual screen props and movie props and everything. And I registered for it and it lasted all day. And they had a bunch of Star Trek stuff. I'm a Star Trek nerd. And there was the model from the old TV show and it was going to sell for like $20,000. And there it was. We were looking at it and the bidding was happening live. And again, I'm registered. And Eric just leaned forward and it was like 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. Eric just clicked on the mouse and was registered to me. So I'm now the high bidder at $20,000. He just did it as a joke, and I'm like, dude, you can't fucking do that. He's like, oh, it'll keep going because it had been skyrocketing, and it stopped, and it was like going once, going twice, and then it started going again, and we're like, all right, good, and it was 20, 25, 30, 35, and Eric clicked it again at 35,000.
What's your problem, Eric? What's your fucking problem,
man? You thought it was funny.
What were you bidding on?
It was the Star Trek set?
The model.
No, it was
the model.
The model of the
ship.
And it was.
I thought you meant the set. I'm like, what are you going to do with that?
I wasn't going to do anything with it. It was like, it turns out Bill Gates was the guy bidding against us.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Did he get it?
Yeah, he got everything.
What did it go for?
He got everything.
It went for like $45,000.
See, that's not fair. He shouldn't be allowed to be in those things.
Exactly.
Oh, here's a good one.
He doesn't know what to do.
I
with
hope
his
you
money.
bid on the jacket. I forget it.
Do it again.
I hope you bid on the toilet and Full Metal Jacket.
Here's a really good one.
Well, all of them are. What about the one above that, too?
Oh, look at that.
The script as well.
From Dr. Nicopolis. Dr. Nick.
Elvis Presley's muscle relaxant prescription.
I would love that in one of his pill bottles. Awesome.
And there's a pill bottle you could get.
I'm
That's
trying
going
to get
go
that filled right now.
How much is that?
$5,000 to $7,500 probably.
Yep, 4,000 to 6,000 is another one.
How much with the pills in them?
Elvis Presley, Dr. Nicopolis. You think, because Dr. Nick was painted as the bad guy in Elvis's death, if you remember. I remember hating him as a kid.
Who's that?
Dr. Nicopolis. He's the Elvis.
That's the guy who gave him the...
Yeah, prescriptions. But Elvis is like, if you don't give me the prescription, I'll buy the goddamn drugstore. Like, that's what he said. And he meant it.
He did mean it.
I love that.
I did too. And he would have.
I got to go to Mike in Myrtle Beach.
Ooh,
do we have anything on this Ringo Starr thing?
I found one thing.
All right, hold on. Let me go to Mike first. Mike.
Hey, Opie.
Good morning.
Hey, you're talking about Ringo. Even in that Skechers commercial that's on TV now, he can't play drums worth a shit.
You could tell even in the Skechers.
Oh, yeah. That,
Let me see
2
this.
seconds of that.
Thanks, Mike.
It's not in sync.
It's like slightly off, right?
Yeah.
This is the commercial. That's the other drummer, by the way.
And the other drummer's better.
Oh, the other drummer was...
Yeah.
At least you got the shoes right, brother.
No, his drumming was better.
From Skechers.
He's making
Rock
fun
out.
of the guy. I think his drumming was better.
I think the writers made fun of him, though, in that sketch.
And he doesn't even know it.
He doesn't even know it.
How
Because the
much?
dude was clearly better than Ringo.
Yeah.
And Ringo didn't notice it. He just said your sneakers look good.
Yeah, just here's your line.
You got the shoes right, brother.
No, his drumming was better.
Wow.
The second guy wasn't Ringo.
So
Wearing
Ringo's a bum.
Skechers. Boy, that's the Beatles. That's the Beatles.
The big group, but he's the worst. He's the weak link.
Most of the websites that back up the story are just blogs and stuff.
Yeah.
But there is, I found a website where they do show what songs Paul McCartney is actually listed as the drummer, like back in the USSR, Dear Prudence, The Ballad of John and Yoko. He's listed as the drummer on that.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
In basketball news, LeBron James. Youngest player to 25,000 points. That's significant.
That's a lot. Even faster than Kobe?
Yep. He's in 20th place on the all-time list.
And faster than Kevin Garnett. They both came out in high school.
I read today that he was the youngest player, unless I got that wrong.
He probably is. Good for him.
I mean, Kobe came right out of high school as well, and so did Garnett.
He also, LeBron is the youngest player to have a 35-year-old man's body.
That's so
The motherfucker was 35 at 12 years old.
You're
Talk about
absolutely
old
right.
face.
My God, he always looked way older
It's
than
like,
he was.
motherfucker, you the deacon at the church and an 11-year-old?
He's only 30.
Motherfucker.
He's looked 30 since he came into the league as an 18-year-old.
He's got Dennis Hasbrook face. He's the president on 24, nigga. LeBron got the oldest face for a young man.
He's in 20th place, and I don't know. He's good for about 2,000 points a year, maybe a little more, sometimes slightly less. I think he went slightly less last year. Excuse me. So
one more year, where you think he's going to be on the list?
Well, no. If you do the math for this year, he stays healthy. He moves right up to 10th place.
He's right behind Sherry West.
Jerry West?
Yeah, and he's and Reshi Miller and Alice English. There's a lot of people on the list.
Did you say Sherry West?
Sherry West.
No, I did not.
It's crazy that he's so close. He's about 900 points away from Paul Pierce, who played forever.
Yeah, and still playing.
Still playing.
Paul Pierce still plays. Kevin Garnett's on the list.
Kevin,
Tim Duncan. They're all 16, 15, 14. Dirk, he's an animal. He's in 7th place.
Wow.
I did not know.
All right, so obviously I got to root for him.
And then Kobe is in 3rd.
Dirk got the number 1 place for white players.
Does he? Yeah.
He's the top white playing scorer.
I don't see another white guy in that whole list. Havlicek's on the list, and then you got the Jerry West, and that's it for white guys.
Yeah, Jerry
on the whole
West
list.
number 19.
Who?
You got Patrick Ewing, and then LeBron, and then Sherry West, and Reggie Miller, and Alex English.
Larry Bird only got 31st place. That seems a little low.
But people moved ahead of him. When he retired, he probably was like 4th or 5th.
It did all right. No, he wasn't 4th or 5th when he retired.
Maybe he might set 9th, maybe? 9th when he retired?
Maybe he's also a better team player, and he probably had better players around him to... You know, don't forget, he had some real ballers.
Yeah.
So, Quentin Tarantino.
That's why I think LeBron's points are going to dip because his teammates are getting better. So he's going to pass the ball off more.
Fuck, he's old, man. He's pushing 40 now. He's
LeBron.
38 or 30. Oh,
No,
you said LeBron. I'm sorry. I thought I heard Kobe.
Oh, no.
No, yeah.
So he might, some nights he have 16 points, but they still win by 40.
Right. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, his numbers were down a little bit last year. I think he only did 1,700 last year.
Like Kareem had to score when he first started. He had to score points.
Yeah.
All the
Jordan
fucking
had
time.
to score points.
Yes, you're 100% right. Let me say hi to John in Boston. John, go ahead.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
You gotta remember, even though Kobe and Kevin came out in high school, they didn't get the playing time right away that LeBron did. Both of them rode the bench for a little bit, whereas LeBron was a starter right away.
That's true.
Which is why he got there quicker. And Kobe's much better than LeBron anyway.
I was telling Sherrod just that. I mean, his first year in the league, I believe they were in the playoffs, and Kobe was throwing up some air balls.
They got the video that I want to say. He was, this is rookie year.
He had a bad playoff, but he was only 18.
And playing with Magic Johnson.
I believe it was Magic, sure, yeah.
Can you believe that shit? How scared do you have to be as a kid?
Coming out of Philly, and then next thing you know, you're throwing up air balls in the playoffs.
I mean, more scared to play against Magic right now. You know how easy it would be for him to box somebody out of the paint?
Remember that All-Star game? Some people complained didn't want to play.
He's got the ball. There's nobody within 4 feet of him.
Where does everyone go?
Charles Barkley was one of the main people talking that, remember?
Yeah.
Another layup for Magic Johnson.
All the other players are wearing fucking ski masks and catcher's mitts on both hands.
Magic Johnson has scored 280 points tonight.
Oh, shit. He's like a boy in a bubble.
I remember that, though.
Yeah.
That
Barkley was remember Barkley got the most heat off for saying something.
So no one fucking knew for real?
Right, nobody knew how
Isaiah
you call
Thomas?
it.
He came,
Isaiah, yes.
I think he came back for the All-Star game or something like that.
Yeah.
And then
They brought him
everyone's
back for the
like,
All-Star game.
what the fuck? They were not happy. No one knew for sure.
Yeah, they didn't know if you can get AIDS from a jump shot
or a sneeze
at that point. I remember him and Isaiah used to kiss before all the games. Remember?
Did they really?
Yeah. They were kissers.
On the cheeks?
No.
Cheek, but they caught some lips
There were
sometimes.
some lips.
Did they stop that?
I mean, after the HIV,
Were there rumors about Isaiah or no?
that they was gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There were
I
rumors
remember
about
the
all of
rumors.
them.
Yeah, well, Magic, I understand the rumors, but I mean, I didn't. I was.
What do you mean you understand the rumor? Well, because of the virus?
No, but I also
they-
listening to him talk. I heard those rumors for years.
Yeah.
They might have something in common, Magic and Jimmy.
Oh, there's fucking my favorite. Big Game James with his fucking goggles.
Oh, yeah, James Worthy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tar Heels. But you can't stay, for Magic, you can't stay in L.A. that long and not fuck a dude, right?
Yeah, it's
It's not a possibility. You're there for 25 years, you ain't fuck one dude. This L.A., man. Stop it.
Yeah, I hope it was more than one, though, because if that was just one, boy, talk about bad luck. Throw out your lottery tickets.
What, he doesn't even have any trace of it or something, I was reading.
I heard rumors that the same
I heard
girl...
the trace was barely nothing.
Because he's on medication, yeah, but if he stops taking his medicine, he gets sick.
Remember the rumor was the same girl who gave Magic HIV gave it to Eazy-E? Remember that rumor?
Oh, that's a convenient one.
Did you bust your cheeks off again, Jimmy?
No, it was before.
No, again.
It was before.
It's so fresh out the oven.
It's lingering.
Oh, my God, Jim.
All right, let's go. Let's move on to the mayor thing. But LeBron James, that's something worth noting today. 25,000 points.
It's amazing.
Youngest player to do that
Unbelievable.
And he's, I think he just turned 30, I believe.
So the girl, I don't know if that's true.
I don't know if it's true either, but that was a rumor when it was.
Yeah,
that's a safe one.
It's just one girl taking down all black celebrities.
Taking them all down.
Yeah.
Here you go. You got an
How do you do the holidays?
That's the wrong one.
Do you pick a Christmas tree?
How's that?
Or put one together?
Oh, no.
The mayor apologized after her husband dressed up in KKK.
Oklahoma mayor. Here we go.
Oklahoma City.
Dressed as KKK members, armed with torches, terrorizing trick-or-treaters.
We have the photo you
Pause.
have to see
How
tonight.
They weren't terrorizing trick-or-treaters. Everyone understands the gag. Whether it's tasteless or not, that's up to you. But they weren't terrorizing trick-or-treaters. I don't even know this story, and I could say that.
Cocoa News. It sounds delicious. I'm kidding. Go ahead. Hit the play button.
Dressed as KKK members, armed with torches, terrorizing trick-or-treaters.
We have the photo you have to see tonight.
Show
an
it.
Oklahoma mayor saying sorry for what her husband and his friends did. This all happened in Lahoma. That's near Enid. KOCO's Mecca Rain just returned from there. Mecca.
Oh, she's not happy.
Oh, they sent the black girl.
I had a long conversation with the mayor. She cried and said she is truly sorry for what her husband...
Where were the cameras when this was happening? Why would you have an off-the-record chat with her? How about them fucking video cameras? I want to see the mayor bawling.
Yes, the mayor's wife.
Oh, so it's the husband of the
No, the
mayor.
mayor.
What?
The mayor's a lady.
Oh, the mayor's a lady?
Yeah, it was the husband.
Yeah,
I thought it was the mayor that was dressed up as the KKK.
Oh, so it's the mayor of the town's husband who dressed up.
Well, you'd think a man should be mayor.
Oh, he's trying to destroy his wife.
And this broad is pissed.
Three other men did last night.
Happened on my property. You know, I don't know what else to say other than I'm sorry to the community and I'm sorry to the public.
Lahoma Mayor Teresa Sharp holding back tears as we talk tonight about these pictures making the rounds on social media. Men in Ku Klux Klan robes, one of them her husband.
It was the stupidity and actions of four separate individuals, and it does not reflect on me or anybody else within.
Could you? Yeah, thank you. She had to know he was leaving the house
on
like
you.
Yeah, because she had to know he was leaving the house like that. And
I don't know.
Wouldn't you have a talk with him like, you do know I'm the mayor, right?
He was like this.
Why
Out of
are
my
you doing
fucking
this?
face. You ain't my mayor, bitch.
Right?
They won't know who I am. I got a mask on. It does not reflect my judgment. I'm not dressed as a Klansman. I only fuck the man who is.
Oh my God, she's done.
Of four separate individuals, and it does not reflect on me or anybody else within the community.
Sharp's husband Kerry told us the Hoods, Cross, and Bonfire all for Halloween.
A cousin of mine come up with the idea of dressing up, like KKK members. And so we took a couple of sheets and cut holes in them and wore sheets. And
we know the process.
Very poor decision.
Witnesses say the men also took to a golf cart. Frightful for some.
It's not okay for anybody, period. And the mayor needs to take some responsibility for what her husband did.
I'd never realized that it would have been this harmful.
Oh, Carrie.
I truly apologize to everybody for this.
Well, at least he seems like a fucking fun guy to be around. I've owned lithium, and I'm really sorry. And I want to apologize to the black people we were terrorizing.
He's taking responsibility, I
We
guess.
yelled LOL.
Yeah.
I'm about to sell my vacation property in Lahoma.
I know. Well, fucking hold my hand or something, right, Trav? Go ahead. Hit the button. For garbage.
Now, I've been talking with the Garfield County Sheriff all day. He says the costumes were created in poor taste,
The
but as far as
Garfield
he
County
knows-
Sheriff. That's what do you expect when they have a cat working for the police? God damn them.
She was talking to him all day.
Yes, what could she possibly? He's just kept meowing. That's why he's an animal. Oh, for Pete's sake. And then we talked to the Scooby-Doo Special Forces. Couldn't think of another cartoon animal quickly. That's true.
There's going to be no charges.
Charges?
Well, that's why she's pissed at. She was talking to the guy all day.
No charges?
Let's see.
Today, he says the costumes were created in poor taste, but as far as he knows, no crimes were committed. He did, however, tell me
crime.
they may turn it over to the DA as protocol.
Stop wasting time.
That's
Stop
a waste of time.
It's not against the law to be stupid.
To be a goose.
It's America.
America. Nice. America.
It's America.
Outside's America.
What a fucking idiot. Look at the mayor, though. The mayor, too. Is she happy you live in a town that your mayor don't look like that?
Yeah, yes.
They got a matching Carhartt jackets. It's like, what? You're the mayor?
Yeah.
I'll take that mayor over the damn commie we got, guys.
It's our second job. Yes, I'm happy I don't live in one of those areas.
Post office and the mayor. It's like, ugh.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't want your mayor fucking. Listen, I voted for you. Can you fix this carburetor? I want my mayor doing mayor shit.
All right. Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the clip that's got everyone outraged, right?
It looked like the Eastern Parkway Parade, don't it?
The police are not happy. They're threatening. They've encouraged the off-duty cops to not do any of this stuff for him.
A lot of cities getting involved, too. They're all jumping on this.
I understand why they're pissed, but I kind of wish that the cops would, I mean, even though it's one's official duty and one's not, but they protect the Westboro Baptist Church, who are singing outside of soldiers' funerals.
Right.
You know, God hates fags, we're glad you're dead. Mm-hmm. Now, again, they're doing that in an official capacity, not in an off-duty thing, so that's their jobs. But it's like,
they went to Sandy Hook, those people.
Yeah, and said the kids deserved it.
Yeah.
Did they actually show up there?
Yes.
Or did they just plan on it and not make it?
I'm almost.
I think they were up there on the street. I can see it.
Yes.
I can see the footage in my head, but I'm not sure.
And they were being protected. Even if they weren't at that one, they do just as horrific.
And those that church, that
Westboro Baptist.
That's just one family, by the way. They try to act like this whole movement. It's just one fucking crazy ass family.
It's about 100 people or so, 150 people in the church, and that's it. Small church.
I think it's even smaller than that.
They get a lot of attention.
No, they were about at one point about 100. They might be more now or less, but they've lost a lot of young members because these young liberals keep running around meeting gays.
Oh, I would love to have them on Racehorse. I'll bring the whole church up.
Oh, they'd be fine with it.
I'll pay for the bus. Opie pay for the bus.
They'll talk to you.
They'll talk to you. Get them on the phone.
But the problem is getting them out. Once you got them in.
You'll never... The thing like Shirley Phelps Roper, they're not stupid. She's a lawyer. They're all lawyers. They're not stupid. But they're fanatics. So you'll never have that moment where they go, all right, we'll agree to disagree. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They hate the fags. They should be dead. God's punished. That's their thing.
That's their thing.
You're never going to have a moment where they go, all right, I guess you made a good point. The younger people do.
I'll change the topic. I'll be like this. Pizza. Do you like deep dish? Do you like New York style?
As long as a fag ain't touched it, I'll eat anything but no sausage, if you know what I mean. A man eats the damn pepperoni, and a woman eats the sausage. That's how I like my pizza. Okay. I'd prefer you touch it for a fag. Oh, the Lord hates fags. Yes, he does. Kill him, kill him, kill him. Now, I would love to have myself some pizza.
Jeez. Let's go to Quentin.
It's so funny.
We want to make sure we're ready for anything.
Something to say, but actually, I would like to give my time to the families that want to talk. I want to give my time
to
the families. However, I just do also want to say, what am I doing here? I'm doing here because I am a human being with a conscience. And when I see murder, I cannot stand by. And I have to call the murdered, and I have to call the murderers, the murderers. Now I want to give my time to the family. Thank you very much.
All right, that's not, that's not.
I don't think he's saying all cops are murderers, unless...
Let me tell you, first of all,
I'm missing.
When you're on a stage in front of a crowd of black people, you want to entertain.
That's true.
You owe the crowd something. It's like the Apollo. They'll boo you. So he was doing a lot of yelling. I never even saw Quentin Tarantino that loud before.
Yeah, never.
He's
very soft-spoken usually.
But I don't see anything. I don't think he should. I don't think he painted a brush of all police officers as murderers. He's just saying the ones that did murdered.
Right.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I don't know why you can't say that. As long as it's not an indictment of all cops, what's the problem?
Right.
Just shooting someone doesn't make you a murderer. Mm-hmm. The guy that shot that guy running away, when that video in South Carolina, that guy running away.
Yes.
That guy's a fucking murderer. He shot a guy dead.
It was a warrant for child support.
That guy was lumbering away, too.
Yeah, he ran like Keith Robinson, didn't he? Old legs and knees. His knees just old.
Like an old boxer.
But now they want him to apologize.
Get a few road miles in.
He would have fell faster than he ran.
Right.
Why does he have to apologize for it? He doesn't have to. I mean, it's a financial decision, but... Like, why do they want him to apologize?
Because anything that pisses people off across the country, definitely if you're pissing off police, You know, you got to, and you selling stuff. You're selling a product.
Yeah.
You can't.
I wouldn't, if he bashed something I felt near and dear to my heart, I might not like it and I might go, fuck Quentin. But I wouldn't not see, am I going to not watch Pulp Fiction when it's on? It's phenomenal. I'd still see The Crazy Eight.
Yeah, me too.
Most people are going to see his films no matter what.
I mean, the people who like Quentin Tarantino don't get caught up in dumb shit like this and change their mind. But there's people who never seen his movies or might have seen it just because they ran into it.
Hateful.
Jamie Foxx is coming to Quentin's side there.
Yeah.
Saying, keep telling the truth. And what Tarantino's father, I think, said
his father came. Yeah, it's like, what do you? I mean, I guess
Quentin to apologize
because they have 4 cops in their family, and I guess the father's getting a lot of heat. So
his father, though, it should be stated, has absolutely no relationship with Quentin.
Oh, he doesn't.
He's got one of those.
They've never even met.
Wow.
Well, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, like in a
Tony Tarantino?
In a 2010, I think, interview with Tarantino, he's like, my father was never around. I never met him.
The motherfucker name is Tony.
The only reason he's got a career is because he's got my last name.
What's his dad?
I say that about Justin.
He wanted to be an actor.
Oh, I did not know that.
He has zero.
Okay, so his father came out and said, I still admire... I was wondering why in the paper his dad, the quote was, I still admire him as a great artist and a great filmmaker. It didn't seem particularly connected to my son. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Travis, fucking Fax McGillicuddy in there just knows.
It says, I love my son and have great respect for him as an artist, but he is dead wrong in calling police officers, particularly in New York City where I grew up, murderers, Tony Tarantino said. He's a passionate man and that comes out in his art, but sometimes he lets his passion blind him to the facts and to reality.
Why are we listening to a guy who doesn't know Quentin?
This guy's a stranger.
Yeah, because people want to say, Tarantino's father is even coming out.
Tony Tarantino, shut your stupid mouth
He
and
should
eat
say,
a dick.
my cum is a great filmmaker. My cum is a genius. I, on the other hand, haven't done a whole lot. My cum is brilliant.
He does go on and say, I wish he would take a hard, dispassionate look at the facts before jumping to conclusions and making these kinds of hurtful mistakes that dishonor an honorable profession.
I don't know if that dishonored it. If he is just saying in cases where there's a murder,
I thought
call someone a murderer. Where's that dishonor? He's not saying that any cop who has to shoot someone on the job is a murderer.
No.
I thought it was a broader stroke when I first heard about this.
That's what I thought too until I saw that. And I was like, no, that's not.
What's the Mike Rowe clip? Because I'm not a fan of that Melissa Harris Perry in that.
Who's she?
Oh, he wrote a Facebook post.
There's no video on it?
No.
That's too bad.
She's the worst. She's the lisping lady with the dumb...
What is she on?
She's got some... Her S's are a little...
She's on pot.
A little
snaky?
A little snaky. But you're not allowed to point that out.
Why?
I don't know.
I'll handle this.
What'd she say?
There's no longer a limit to what people can be offended by, Rose says in response to MSNBC's host criticizing a guest. Could you play the clip for Sherrod? She's not as essy in this clip, by the way. If you watch her on a regular basis, I take a peek every once in a while, her S's are brutal.
How do I not know her?
She's on MSNBC. And
that's how.
They have 5 people that watch that network.
And there was a whole thing she said about slavery. For equating hard worker with slavery.
Yeah, she's saying that that's a Republican thing about being racist.
This is where we've gone.
Do you understand? Like, being black, I'm sure, has issues, but this is what white people have to deal with. You say hard worker, and someone goes, well, that's a little racist. Like,
you know what?
God.
The thing is, a book did come out in Texas recently. A textbook, high school textbook, that referred to African slaves as workers. Then the book went on to refer as the slave ships as company cars. I got it in, Jimmy.
Did it really say workers?
It didn't say workers, though. That's a true story.
Okay, that's political correctness.
I put that on my pilot.
That's being politically correct.
Yeah, that's
where they're trying not to say slaves. Or do you think that they're trying to?
They got to just say what it is.
Yeah.
It's easier just to put it out there because then somebody's going to change workers to something else later on. Then before you know it, you'll know what you had.
Employees.
Yeah.
Employees.
Right.
Here we go. And then I want to know what Mike Rowe said because Mike Rowe doesn't play.
I love Mike Rowe.
Yeah, he mixes it up a bit.
He don't turn away from a dirty job. I like that.
He doesn't. Row your boat, right? Go ahead.
Here's Melissa Harris Perry.
And party into why.
But let's be fair. If there's somebody who is a hard worker,
what a square head he has.
To Washington is Paul Ryan. Not only works with Republicans but Democrats. You know very well that I work on the immigration issue, trying to get Republicans to support immigration reform. Paul Ryan is somebody who has supported immigration reform, has worked with somebody like Luis Gutierrez. Luis Gutierrez is very respectful, speaks highly of Paul Ryan. This is somebody who's trying to govern.
Alfonso, I feel you, but I just want to pause on one thing, because I don't disagree with you that I actually think Mr. Ryan is a great choice for this role. But I want us to be super careful when we use the language hard worker, because, I mean, I actually keep an image of folks working in cotton fields on my office wall, because it is a reminder about what hard work looks like. So I feel you that he's a hard worker. I do, but in the context of relative privilege. And I just want to point out that when you talk about work-life balance and being a hard worker, the moms who don't have health care, who are working on... I
understand that.
But we don't call them hard workers. We call them failures. We call them people who are sucking off the system.
Why did she say that?
No, really, y'all do. That
So
is really what...
She's not saying that that's a thing to... She's not saying... I thought... We watched this already.
Yeah.
She's not saying that it's racist to say hard worker. She's saying that's what hard work looks like.
Yeah, but hard
This
work
is not
like a lot
hard
of
work.
things.
Yeah, I agree. But she's not saying that it's... she's just being a fucking dummy trying to make a point.
That's ridiculous.
It's like, yeah, what, you keep a cotton picking slave picture on you just to keep you centered?
Yeah. What? Do you think she really has that picture?
I believe her.
Oh, God.
Yes, I can tell by her hairdo she has that picture on her.
I have that on a coffee mug, but it's just to remind me. You know what I mean? Don't forget to fucking have your coffee or you'll be tired, won't be able to do your work.
Club Soda Kenny in studio.
Hi, Kenny.
Kenny has something on the Quentin, I do believe.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
Isn't it like hypocritical to make violent movies and then preach against the cops?
No.
No.
Why not?
Because one's a movie and one's real life.
Yeah, it's like making the comic books as violent and then saying cops shouldn't be people. It's two different things.
I don't think he's preaching against cops. He's preaching against what he sees as murder.
Right.
If he preached against anyone depicting violence, that's a hypocrite. But making a movie about something and then down and fucking bad-mouthing someone who he thinks commits a murder, it's totally different things.
Yeah, like shit. I don't think that Steven Spielberg is pro fucking Schindler's List. I mean, like, he's not pro fucking Nazis. That's because he made a movie. And some of those scenes, if you take those scenes out of context, it might be pro fucking Nazi. And you don't see the whole movie together. So I don't think one has to do with the other.
But no, I don't think that's hypocritical because it's just a film.
Yeah. So I guess you think violent video games have nothing to do with this either.
All right.
No. Like violent video games have anything to do with what? With the fights?
It perpetuates violence.
I mean...
So maybe they have...
It was violence before video games. I remember a time before video games, motherfuckers getting stabbed on a train every day.
Yes, I know. We act like the Spanish Inquisition was because of Xbox. People have always been fucking violent.
Violent as shit from day one.
Oh, my God. Just you know what that comment deserves? Kenny brought that up. My apologies.
Did you shit your pants? No.
But I wouldn't like it if he was bad-mouthing all the cops. But he
so then don't bad-mouth cops because violence begets violence.
But can't you bad-mouth the cops that are bad?
Well, what are you quote colonists saying about the few thousand bad
apples?
Yeah, but can't you badmouth the ones that are bad?
Oh my God, Jimmy!
I'm sorry, I didn't want to fart again, but Kenny brought that out of me.
He did bring it out of you.
Kenny made that happen. Like when you see you're very pro cop. When you see a video of that guy chasing that guy and shooting him in the back in South Carolina, I mean, come on, how can you defend that?
If I knew all the facts, I could comment. I don't know.
You know the video, right?
I know the video, but I don't know exactly.
Does the video look bad, though?
And then he tries
Everything looks bad on video.
No, but then he tries to put the gun
Not
over.
the porn I watch.
Like, there's no... what facts could make that shooting justified in the guy's back?
You could shoot a guy in the back and be justified.
But he was just running away. He wasn't like he was lumbering away. He had no gun.
He's saying the cop wasn't in any danger.
And the cop was in no danger.
That's the whole thing.
And the public wasn't in any danger.
There has to be an imminent threat.
Right. Right. It has to be an Eminem threat.
Yeah.
An Eminem threat.
Eminem.
Damn.
Yeah. Marshall Mathers has to be there threatening you.
Like there's no one around. This guy's...
I was going with the candy.
You literally could have knocked this guy down by throwing a softball at him.
Yes.
Yeah,
he did not have to shoot William Stevenson / Keith Robinson in the back.
Let me go.
Look at that! I've never seen a.
He's just lumbering. You can't even call that running.
Oh.
We got Frank from the Bronx.
great.
He's always good for a call. Frank, go ahead, buddy.
What's up, Mr. Rod? What's up?
Hey, man,
Frankie. Birthday. I'm Quentin Tarantino. Obviously, he's saying things. Why doesn't he go to North Carolina and state these things? It's not NYPD that he's against, even though they have their issues. But, as a fan of Quentin's, I have to say he's a jerk-off, and the way he's positioned it, and how he has a family member that got actually shot on the force that's been crippled. He's got no fucking...
Wait, he's got a family member that was crippled?
On the force, yeah, cousin, I think.
Did not know that.
NYPD officer shot. He's been crippled. He's been off the force for 26 years. He's his first cousin. And even he is saying, well, my cousin's really... He has no idea. I mean, that's the last thing we need is somebody like that spewing. And don't get me wrong. Kenny, I think, somebody like the cop that shot that guy in the back, there's no way you could even say that this guy's not guilty. Fuck, that's a bad situation. Obviously, there's going to be good guys and bad guys, but, you just got to... Something's got to change because the lack of respect that police officers have today, it's only getting worse. And I don't know what's the end. Bring in the fucking National Guard.
But he's not saying that all cops are murderers, or I'd agree with you.
Right.
I would totally agree with you if he was saying that. Or every time a cop shoots somebody, they're not a murderer. No, most times it's probably justified.
The first thing we got to do is realize we're all on the same side, cops and civilians. The good civilians and the good cops. We're all on the same side.
Yeah, but
we're
where
all
do
on
you
the same
draw
side.
the line, Shrod? Meat is murder.
Meat is murder, yeah.
It's a slippery slope.
Slippery slope.
I say you can't kill anything with a social security number.
Sherrod, you got a really good point. I think the good cops should be friends with the good blacks, and the bad cops should be friends with the bad niggers.
He did a Chris Rock joke, but it just came out clumsy.
A little sloppy.
I
knew he was going for it.
I think it's hard because the cops don't out the bad cops usually. So it's like, how do you find out who... If the cops would just take the really shitty ones, and I don't mean the guys that take a free meal, but the guys that are truly shit...
if you know...
And get rid of them and out them, then people wouldn't be as suspicious because we would know that they get thrown out.
And the cops come in bad neighborhoods and say, people don't talk. They don't tell us what's going on because they don't drop dime on the bad people either. It's both the same way. Like, they don't tell cops where the criminals are.
And here's the story of...
cops do it to themselves.
Here's the story of Tarantino's cousin. Hold on, Frank, for a second. Here's the story of Tarantino's cousin for the people that don't know. His name's Frank Gucciardi, it looks like.
He's 81.
Almost died responding to Columbia riots in 1968. The former NYPD officer was one of 10 responding to Vietnam War protests without helmets or nightsticks in 68. He said he broke his back and almost died when students stomped on him. It was his fellow officers who saved him, so he can't fathom why his famous relative called cops murderers at a rally against police brutality.
That's two different things.
They're totally different.
And I don't think
Jesus Christ.
And I'm with Jimmy. I don't think Tarantino was saying all cops are murderers.
No. I watched the clip and I'm like, that's not what the way they're painting it. It was like he was like, and all of these murderers. He said when I call the murdered, and the murderers. Like
right.
There is a certain language. If you shoot a guy in the back like that and he's running away, I got no problem with them calling that guy a murderer.
Yeah.
I just heard there's an all points bulletin out for a gentleman by the name of Chipperson. They said he was taking his pee-pee out at the Met game. Is that true?
It's not true. It's a bunch of lies. Stop trying to bring levity to serious situations. Or XM ones. I'm chipping you.
I had your mother.
All right, Frank.
I'm chipping you.
Thank you, buddy. All right, there we go. All right.
Because when if you can call out the ones that are shitty, then the good cops should be treated that much better. It's like they never throw those guys out, or very rarely do they.
Yeah.
So it's like, how are we supposed to know who's good and bad when the guys who really do know aren't kicking out the shit ones?
Right. We're all on the same side, man. We're all on the same side.
And the good cops are getting less respect out there now too.
And it's a shame because there's so many good cops out there that got to fucking really bear the brunt of this fucking bullshit.
And this was, and maybe he said it's a stupid thing too, because this was like a couple days after a cop was murdered. Some fucking animal shot a
right
cop. So and killed him.
Yeah, right on FDR, right over there.
Yeah, that's bad timing.
That was a sad situation.
What? Did you see this Yale story?
No.
Why is Yale frat had white girls only policy at parties, students say.
So there's all these black fraternities. What's the problem?
Right. Who gives a fuck?
What, white girl only parties?
Yale Fraternity instituted a white girls only policy at a weekend rager. A student at the Ivy League University.
See, that's
was charging on social media. I'd just like to take a moment to give a shout out to the member of Yale's Sigma Alpha Epsilon chapter who turned away a group of girls from their party last night, explaining that admittance was on a white girls only basis.
Now that's
maybe they were in response to a group doing like because they have these black fraternities and black
sororities, AKAs, and Omega Psi Phi. Yeah, but I never heard of an incident where they had a party where they said only black people.
This is
maybe white people just don't show up.
This fraternity, the chapter in Oklahoma was the
same one.
Oh yeah, they're racist.
All right, they sing well.
It's the Sigma.
The guys who have the song on the school bus in Arizona.
Right. The best part is how that guy is so into singing that song.
That motherfucker.
Let me read
went
on.
all in.
And a belated shout out to the SAE member who turned me and my friends away for the same reason last year. God bless the USA, he writes. The post prompted several comments from other students alleging that the same Yale fraternity had racially discriminated against them as well.
You can't discriminate against people.
But didn't they hear the song? Like, they should have known.
They're going to eventually disband this fucking
no question.
on all campuses.
Fraternities and sororities?
That one in particular.
Oh, well.
Eventually, they'll probably get rid of it. They probably, it's like, what do they serve? Just a bunch of people who want to hang out together, need to belong to a club?
They do charities and shit like that.
That's nice.
Too.
All right.
In this new
How fast I turned heel on that one. All right, cool.
Very fast.
In this new society we live in, I don't think there's going to be room for fraternities and sororities.
I think they're fucking needy anyway.
I think they're not going anywhere because there's too many people involved. That's already established people, so they're going to keep.
But they're
this
having
shit
more
going.
and more problems with just dumb shit. This is just dumb shit.
I think they always been racist to a certain extent. Black and white fraternities and sororities, they always got their little shit with them and cliquey shit.
Absolutely.
But I don't think they're going to go anywhere. I don't think they'll get. Even if they push them off campus, they're still going to exist.
We had a sorority. They only pledged the hot chicks.
Yeah.
And if you weren't hot, it was a known fact you do not pledge to certain sororities.
That's how the AKAs.
I guarantee that is now a problem.
The AKAs and the Deltas, if you were darker than a paper bag, you couldn't be an AKA.
That's kind of funny.
It's kind of
because I remember the shitty things we did as a fraternity, and I could see that they would actually line up.
They had it in School Days, Spike Lee movie School Days. If they were darker than a paper bag,
but is that a real thing?
That's a real thing.
The
that was a real thing.
Jigaboos and the Wannabes.
Yes,
that's such a good movie.
And that was the AKAs and the Deltas.
No, but I mean, did that happen in real life?
Oh yes.
Besides movies.
No, that's all based on real shit.
That's kind of funny. I'm sorry.
Larry Fishburne.
I'm sorry. Is that bad to say?
Excuse me, Greg.
That they picked the paper bag.
Because I know they would lie. Oh boy. Yes. Sorry.
Greg Hughes. We have somebody from
Greg Hughes,
SAE
nice.
from SAE on the phone who want to defend their chapter. So listen.
There'll never be a nigger SAE. There'll never be a nigger SAE. You hang from a tree, but it'll never talk with me. You hang from a tree, but it'll never talk with me.
So into it.
Wait a minute, that's not the phone.
That guy is so into it.
I know. It's funny. I hear that song. I feel like I have to wake up. That's my alarm every morning. I play this. I wake up just singing and refreshed for the day. It's going to be a good day.
But he's fist pumping like, yeah.
Like not only,
not
only,
tuxedo.
there's never going to. Not only is there not one now, there's never going to be one.
Wow.
Yale SAE members, including chapter president Grant Mueller, denied the accusations of the white only policy, white girls only policy.
It's the second year happened in a row, so
I still want to know exactly what
Listen what this dummy says. He knows this shit goes on, but he's got to play his part in all this. Everyone plays their part. Obviously, I was shocked and flabbergasted at the idea that anyone in SAE would even have these words come from their mouths. It's just kind of upsetting for me because we try to be so incredibly accepting and take pride in our diversity.
Nothing
that is a
about
lie.
That's a lie.
All fraternities and sororities are not about diversity.
Or
they pick their guys. Like in my college, it was the stoners all went to one fucking place.
Yeah.
The real assholes all went to one fucking place. The hot chicks all went to that sorority. And then we had a sorority that was known to get the pigs, like fat broads.
Like a Mega Moon?
And they all knew, like, I want to be in a sorority, but I'm a little fat, so you became an egg.
A Mega Moon from the Revenge of the Nerds.
Oops.
Remember a Mega Moon?
You know what they ought to do for fraternities? You want to, or sororities, male and female.
Yeah.
But you want to belong to a fraternity or sorority, they take you all like lotto balls, and they fucking jumble you up randomly, and whoever has the number 6, you're in this one. Whoever's got the number 8, you're in that one. And then you get stuck, and you got to fucking live and work with people and hang out with people who you probably never would have.
And
that will prepare you for the shitty life you're about to experience.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because you don't have a fraternity when you walk into an office. You're stuck with a fucking cunty boss who's a different race and a different ethnicity and a different ideology. So you're not used to just hanging out with everyone who's got the same dumb tattoo. So mix them up and force them to live together so they're not such cunts when they get out. That's what I say. That will never catch. By the way, that's my rally cry. Stop being such non-inclusive cunts. I say we mix them all up like lottery balls. Make you stay with people, black and white and fucking liberal and conservative, and you're all stuck in the same shitty house.
Throw a wheelchair kid in there, too. Why not?
What the fuck? And a bunch of steps. They got to carry you to and from. And an elevator. No fucking ramp. Embarrass us.
I like it.
To be part of the Greek culture was just stupid. It was just fun.
Exactly. Bunch of ass fucking
blow off some steam and fucking have a kegger. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
And they all have their dumb, silly rules.
Yeah, but you got to get the racism out of it. The sexism and the racism.
What, an all white girl policy?
At a party? No, you can't do that.
Huh?
Do they do all black things?
No, they don't have a.
That's for you.
I've never seen a sign of only blacks.
Well, it's not a sign, but it's like they say in A Few Good Men. Hey, look in the manual. Where's the chow hall? They don't show you. Oh, so I guess you don't eat? Everyone just kind of knows where the chow hall is.
But we had whites and blacks in the parties in school. It was mostly black in my college, but yeah, we had both.
Okay.
I see pizza coming into the studio.
Junkie has walked in with a fix. What do you got there, Roland?
Come and explain it.
You better give me the DVD over the fucking pizza.
Pizza from Disney, from Inside Out.
Thank you.
It's on Blu-ray.
Did you?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, give me one of those.
I want one of those.
Does it have regular besides
How dare you?
Blu-rays?
Give me one of those.
Let me have mine. Here you go, Sherrod. There's mine.
I have some regular.
What is that?
What is this?
Yeah, my daughter love this.
You give them away if you want.
What?
Disney sent 5 to give away.
5
digital copies. Yeah.
All right, clear the phone lines. We're not talking about race shit right now. We're going to give away Inside Out DVDs.
How many?
Oh, I don't know. I think race is more fun than giving away some Inside Out or something.
Oh, no, we're just going to give it away.
Louis Black is in this movie. Yeah. He was great.
He was wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
He doesn't get any of that merch money, though.
That's a shame.
I asked him about it. I can't believe that the actors don't get any of the merch money.
Oh, no,
Yeah, of course not. They
bring those characters to life. You would think Disney would give them a little taste.
No,
Back in the day, maybe. Now,
a little taste.
No.
I'm not saying like...
They own the property. I mean, that's the way it is. They own the intellectual properties.
I know, but I mean,
Please.
Fuck.
It's not the way it works. They're not just going to go, all right, good job, Lou, get in here. Because then someone finds out they did it with him, and the next thing you got a lawyer on you. Right. Here's what you do. Sign away your rights or don't do it. I understood what I was getting myself into. They don't get any of the merch money. Because then again, if the movie tanks, if the movie fucking shits the bed and they lose $140 million, they don't go to Louis Black and go, pony up, motherfucker.
Right.
We're all taking a hit.
My point when we talked to Louis Black is you would think, you would make a lot of money being in a Disney animation.
Yeah, Bill Hader was
No.
He did okay, but you'd be surprised.
They found a way.
Probably until you do a few that make a lot of money, and then they go, okay, this is why that makes money, because he's like Eddie Murphy probably makes a shitload because his movies all make money.
I'm sure Tim Allen made some money off that Toy Story shit.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're a bigger star going in, you can work a deal.
Or you renegotiate for the fucking second one.
Right.
Like, I won't do it unless I get this. Like Nicholson, when he did The Joker, got a piece of the second one in his original contract, even knowing he wouldn't be in it.
I'm just thinking.
That's so amazing.
It's like me with Spider-Man.
Disney has so much fucking money. You give the people just a little taste. I know it doesn't work out that way. No. And boy, Louis was not happy about it.
Exactly.
Because he sees this merch all over the fucking place.
Everywhere.
It's in everything, the Inside Out merch.
Yeah, but they buy Star Wars. That costs a lot.
What happened?
Disney bought Star Wars. That costs a lot of money.
Oh. Yeah. So what kind of pizza did they send us?
Cheese.
Or is this your doing, or did they do the pizza?
They did it.
No, it's payola. They said, "Will you give these away?" And Roland said, 2 pizzas.
It's for everybody.
Phones are lit. We'll just do we don't have to take the phone calls. We'll just do 5 random phone calls for the Inside Out DVDs. But Roland, you went and saw the Bond movie last night.
I did.
Oh, you bastard!
How was it?
Spectre. Well, it was very high in theater.
What?
It was very warm in the theater last night.
Why do you say it was hot in the theater? Was there some man-on-man kissing on the screen?
No, Bond had some action. He got some pussy throughout the whole movie.
It was not warm in the theater.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
You're always hot rolling.
You run hot rolling.
You're wearing
So,
shorts.
just it was good. Bond is like action and then comedy, a little sex, back to action. And then Bond goes, Moneypenny, I need your help. And she goes, okay, Bond. And,
Moneypenny's the black chick now,
yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Yeah, finally.
They went black.
Yeah, and then he had Q, his buddy.
Nice.
He goes, I need your help to come up with something. He goes, all right. And they help each other out, and dun, 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 dun. That's
Who plays
it.
Q in this one?
Roland fell asleep. He was snoring.
You were snoring through the Bond movie?
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum,
Well, he's up early in the morning.
Roland.
Yeah, you know.
As soon as the lights go down, he's knocked out, this one.
Yeah. Have you ever gone to a movie, Roland?
No.
I don't even know how many at this point. It's got to be at least 20. He's never made it through one. Not a one.
He's like a fucking bird when you throw the thing over the cage.
So
It wasn't even that late. It started at 7.
yeah, I don't want the James Bond people to be insulted. Roland falls asleep at every movie.
Well, except for
I saw him
comedy.
once leaning in the aisle, completely asleep. I'm like, I don't know how a human being could sleep like that.
Right.
Like
One
a tree
wasn't.
that was half over. I don't know how he does it.
It's pretty comfortable, yeah.
He's got the weirdest hours.
No,
Not the hours.
He's got like
No, you don't think so?
He's breathing issues.
He's got breathing.
Oh,
issues.
respiratory is a respiratory
Right.
situation.
I think it's hours. I go with Shrod. You guys work me to the bone.
We work into the
Believe me,
bone.
that's a lot of work to do.
I love it.
Not enough hours in the day for that.
The white man brings me down.
Oh, by the way, I would like black girls in my party.
Yeah.
Just want to say that.
Why wouldn't you? It's be a good.
Fucking something about the black girls.
Is it even a party if you don't have black girls there?
God, why wouldn't you want a black girl there?
Even the
Are you
white
asking
girls
for
fuck the
real
black
answers?
girls there.
Oh, okay.
Gotta have
He's
a little
an animal.
Gotta have a little flavor in there. A
Mix
little
it up.
spice.
Then what about Puerto Ricans? Not a lot of Puerto Ricans at Yale either.
Fuck that. The Puerto Ricans scare me.
And what about the Asians? They don't have Asian girls. Come on now.
Every once in a while, you see one that's all right. Every once in a while.
You like the age, Jimmy? What about you?
You know, I've never. I kind of want to
What?
date an Asian girl because I've never had a fetish for Asian girls. Like guys can have these weird fetishes.
Yeah.
I've never dated an Asian girl. I've met some that are beautiful, who I could fall in love with.
Yeah.
But I just haven't. We haven't
surprises
dated
me.
for some reason.
The best
I would,
surprises
sure.
me. The best Asian girls are the ones that have a little something else in there. A little bit.
A little mix?
A little mix. And
Not
then,
always.
And then they pop. Then they're popping.
I dated this hot fucking. She was from she was a Taiwanese girl, but she had a twin sister too. She used to work downtown. Jimmy, you might remember.
Yeah.
But she had a twin sister too. But she had the bad. Her body was ridiculous.
Write her name down.
Did you go home with her? And
Yeah, we banged. We banged a lot.
a Philly accent just
This was
came
back
out.
in the day.
I thought, Witter? Wow, that's Philly. Anyway,
Big
just write her name
bullshit.
down.
did you meet the mom?
Yeah, I met the mother and the father. They owned like some huge restaurant on the Upper West Side.
Chinese?
Yeah. Taiwanese.
I would date an Asian girl. I've never have, so that'd be nice. A beautiful Asian girl, but that just never happened. They're not interested in me. I don't remember her.
She worked at the WA.
I didn't know her.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew her. Oh wait, did I?
This was back in the day.
Is she still there?
No, she's not there anymore.
Okay.
She's does like the window things at like Macy's and fucking
Okay, I don't think I remember her.
Bergdorf Goodman.
I dated for a second, half Korean, half Dutch in college. For a second.
How hot was she?
She was like a Formula One race car. I could not fucking keep up.
No, she ran away quickly.
He literally could not keep up.
I knew I was out of my fucking league.
Dutch girls are hot too. No matter what the mix
she
are.
was half and half. She was ridiculous, but she was like dating 30-year-old guys. And
How old was she?
She was my age, but she was fucking way more mature than me.
You were like 20 or something then?
I hung on for dear life for maybe a couple weeks, and then she realized, oh boy, this kid
couldn't
is
keep up.
ridiculously immature.
Right.
It needs to grow a little more. I need to go back to the 30-year-old guys.
Yeah. I asked him to eat my
That was
pussy
her
and he
speed.
giggled.
She was too mature for you.
I was out of my fucking league.
And she was
For
half
real.
Dutch and half
Korean.
Korean
She
girls
was
are hot too.
smoking, man. And she had a sister too. I think it might have been a twin, if I remember correctly. But the twin wasn't at college. Yeah.
She was hot.
Oh.
Did you eat her ass?
I didn't get anything done because I was.
He's a young boy then.
I was in college. You eat a pussy?
I was 18. No.
He ain't eating pussy like that when he was 18.
Oh,
I've been eating pussy since I was 13 years old.
That's you.
Sucking dicks
Jimmy.
before that. Come on, folks.
Not everyone lived your life. I was still a virgin.
Not unreasonable.
I was still
But
a
most
virgin
dudes
at
ain't doing it at 18.
I was too.
Yeah.
I lost my virginity when I was 18. I stuck it in for the first time when I was 18.
Oh my
A lot of
God.
young boys ain't eating pussy like that.
No.
Oh, come on, guys. Is he pussy ass?
No.
Jesus Christ. Anything hanging off a human.
It would have been nice if I got some of that in, but it was 18, virgin, and then after that I went to pussy eating. Right?
Yeah, I went to pussy
That's
eat
how it
after.
goes. You fucked first?
I dabbled as a teenager and then bought the company in the 20s.
All right.
Yeah, bought the company.
I was fucking.
What are you doing with the pizza? Open it up.
Open it up. We're speaking about pussy and ass eating and fucking cooter licking.
Sucking dick and kicking ass.
Cooter licking.
How was James Bond, by the way, Eric Stengel,
really
that
good.
watched the whole movie without falling asleep?
No, Daniel Craig's a badass. I think he's good.
That's
He
nice
seemed-
language.
He does seem a little old though in the movie. I got to say.
Really?
Yeah.
He didn't talk too
This
much.
is the last one.
I haven't seen.
I don't think it really is his
I
last.
can't even remember the last Bond movie I saw.
Oh, really?
Skyfall was good.
Skyfall was very
amazing.
good, and the one before that he did,
No, I
which
didn't
was
see
Casino
Skyfall.
Royale, was good.
You got to see Skyfall.
There was one in between there.
Kenny's a big James Bond fan. I think there's
Kenny
only
went.
how many? There's
Casino
only two
Royale
of him
was
so
good.
far, right?
4. This is his
Fourth one.
Oh,
And his last one.
This is it
Well,
for him?
I don't know if it's true. I think this is all he's contracted for. So I think it's part of his negotiation.
He said he's out.
They'll probably squeeze another one in. I'm good, Roland. I still got to eat my real breakfast, then I'll go with the pizza after that.
Oh, pizza. I haven't had pizza in probably no thanks. I haven't had pizza in maybe 8 months. God, there's nothing that smells better than pizza.
Yum, yum.
That's ridiculous.
It's literally, it's such a guilty pleasure.
Reward yourself.
Yummy, yum.
No, I can't.
Jimmy.
No, I had my friend and I split some carrot cake the other night.
That's
at
what that
Morton's.
fart is.
That is what it is. I haven't had dairy in 6 months, and there's a little carrot cake working its way through the colon, and the cream cheese on it just said, you know what, let's ruin the radio show. That's courtesy of cream cheese frosting. But I can't be doing that more than a whole big bunch of time. These are little small slices, too, if you want the... If I'm going to eat pizza,
Take a slice.
I'm going to go with C to the Q, and I'm going to have it on 6th Avenue at fucking Joe's.
Oh, Joe's Pizza.
Everyone talks about John's. I've never eaten there, but
John's pizza's ridiculous.
Yeah, but you can only get
in
pies
West
there.
Village.
Yeah.
But you
can only
go
get
through a pie like it's nothing.
No, I know, but I just haven't done that. I've
Even
only
two
gone
people could go through a pie over there. That shit is the best.
It is great.
I went to the place over the Brooklyn Bridge that everyone talks about. I forgot the
Grimaldi's.
It is Grimaldi's?
Wow.
That wasn't as good as Jonathan's. Why are we talking about this? Fuck.
I want to go to that
This is
Pepe's
stupid.
Go
place.
to L&B's in Coney Island.
L&B Spumoni. Yeah.
The best squares
Did
you
you
ever
say
had with
Coney
the tomato.
Island?
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's
You
doing
see
it.
what fucking color we are? We're not going to Coney
It's
Island.
all white people in Coney
it's not
Island.
I don't
It's not
know
Coney
about
Island.
that.
A lot of Russians, right?
Russians, Italians.
I don't know about
Russian.
that.
Pepe's Pizza.
Trust me, I used to get chased over there.
So, Rob, what do you got? We got to take a break.
I don't know. Race Wars Wednesday. We got,
You got Gilbert, right?
got Gilbert Godfrey and Lisa Ann, porn star. Pound it.
Oh, okay.
I saw the picture you tweeted.
Yeah, Lisa Ann's going to be fun.
Yeah,
She got some big ass tatas.
Yes, she does. And Gilbert's will be wonderful.
Oh, he's always
We
the
got to get
best.
him back on the show. He came on finally, and he just killed it.
Oh, he's the
Gotta
best.
get him back. Yeah. And Artie, where are you, buddy? Let's get Artie Lang back.
Oh, yeah, Artie's coming in next week.
To yours?
Yeah.
How about this place?
Rolling.
I'm out booking rolling.
Put the bat signal out for Artie Lang, will you? And maybe a little Gilbert Godfrey, too. And Jimmy's going to be at the Comedy Zone.
Yes.
No, Comedy Works. Comedy Zone.
In,
Okay, I got it right.
Charlotte.
Starting Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
All right.
It's going to be great.
I'm looking forward to that.
We're
I
going
love
to
that
eat pizza, courtesy of Inside Out. This is big for me today. This is big.
Oh, I'm telling you.
I'm getting points today. Bring this fucking thing home.
You have no idea.
All right, we'll get into some other things. Yeah, we're back. We got Lou Diamond Phillips coming in.
Lou Diamond, baby.
We've got the movie The 33.
What's that?
Based on The Minor.
Got the minor.
Yay!
That's the kind of movie I could enjoy.
Yeah, it was the Chile thing.
That movie looks good.
What's it about,
Antonio
actually?
Banderas.
The mining disaster in Chile back
Yeah,
in 2010. The 33 guys that lasted 69 days
The workers that
underground.
got trapped underground
What
in
kind of
Chile.
workers?
Miners.
Yay!
Don't say miners.
Yay! I want to see this movie. 33 of them? Holy cow. Boy, I usually fall asleep after 4 or 5. What a fun cave. Let's bring him in.
He's in the green room. They're going to go get him. But
this movie looks amazing. What happens?
They get trapped on the ground. It's a cave-in.
What's this, about winning the lottery or something?
And all 33 miners on the ground.
And no one got in trouble?
No, it's just the miners down there by themselves.
Yay, gotta go down there and help them. Issue spankings. Don't worry, everybody can breathe. Get in there, put the breathing tube in your mouth.
That's not a breathing tube.
Yeah, I know.
Did you have trouble breathing?
Nope. Sometimes I would. I'd have to get little breathing tubes.
Oh, God. Mouthful of food.
Hello.
Hey, Lou Diamond Phillips.
Hello.
Sir. I'm good.
Welcome, buddy.
Hey, joining a moving train.
Yes.
Yeah, we're
Lou, first of all, that's the greatest name
ever.
Diamond?
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, most people think I made it up.
And you didn't?
No. I was named after a World War II war hero in the Pacific Theater, Gunnery Sergeant Lou Diamond. And, my dad read a biography on the cat and loved the name. And that, he must have known I was going to be an actor one day.
That's the amazing. See, my parents screwed up. They called me Jim Benedict Arnold Norton. So I really set the wrong tone.
Yeah, that just doesn't work at all.
No, Lou Diamond works.
Lou Hitler Phillips, no, really wouldn't have been a good idea.
I think you could pull it off.
What kind of hero was this guy in the theater? I hate when they say theater, by the way. The Pacific Theater.
The Pacific Theater. Well, that's what they're talking about. The theater of war.
Oh, I understand.
I
certainly understand. What kind of a hero was he?
He was kind of a Marine's Marine. I mean, he was sort of well known for never being out of his fatigues. He didn't want to rise above sergeant. I mean, he really he was like this blue collar guy, man of the people.
He wanted to stay in the fight.
Yeah, and there were stories about him putting a mortar down the smokestack of a Japanese steamer in Manila Bay. I mean, just real Audie Murphy kind of stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
A man's man.
A man's man, right.
Exactly the opposite of how I would behave in the theater of war.
That's right.
I would cower.
You'd be more of an usher?
It's the theater of war. Sparkle. Be fabulous.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, this is just a different breed of men who live a life I can't comprehend. That's just not my way.
No, 100%, man, and most people can't. I mean, I work a lot with the military. I'm the spokesperson for the VFW for the second year in a row, and I've worked with the Wounded Warriors. I've gone to Walter Reed many times to visit, our injured young men and women coming back, and it bugs the crap out of me when I hear an actor going, "Yeah, I just did a war movie, man. I went through some boot camp. I know what it's like." It's like, come on now. I mean, that's just ridiculously arrogant and disrespectful to the our service people who really are in harm's way and have put everything on the line to defend our freedom. So yeah, you can't imagine it.
You ain't got to tell me I was a Boy Scout for 4 summers, so I know.
Yeah,
I know the fight.
Are we starting to take care of our boys and girls coming back or what?
I hope so. I mean, there's is
it getting a little better, you think?
I think there's more awareness is what it is.
Absolutely.
And, it's about continuing the conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about where we were, after Vietnam and how we, respect, our service people today, it's a different story. And I think they feel that. And there's more, I don't know if transparency is the word, but, we're talking about it a bit more, and we understand, a bit more about the challenges they're facing over there, and the challenges, when they come home.
Right.
I mean, when Obama says, hire a vet, that goes a long way.
Right.
There's more shame in mistreating a military person or a veteran than they used. Like, you can't do it now. Like, years ago, if you mistreated a veteran, no one gave a shit. Yeah. But now you'd be completely shamed if you did. So it's much
you look
better.
Like a horrific person.
Yeah, you look awful.
Yeah.
Even with PTSD, like we didn't even recognize that as a thing until recently.
No, we used to call it shell shock and things like that. You know, and unless you'd lost a limb, people didn't sympathize with your plight. And now we realize. I mean, this is a tough thing. I mean, I'm here to talk about the 33 as well, and PTSD is something every single one of these guys are suffering from having being stuck in a mine for 69 days.
How long they were down there?
69 days. I mean, it's not a record I think they wanted to hold, but it's a record.
Yeah.
How did they eat?
Who did they eat?
I remember this story.
The week?
This is 5 years old already. I feel like we were talking about it yesterday. They were down there for 69 days. How did they eat?
That's just it. I mean, it's depicted in the film. They literally had food for 3 days.
Right.
And they survived on a spoonful of tuna and a sip of water a day. For 17 days, the world did not know if they were alive or dead. They didn't make contact with them for 17 days. And these guys, they were at death's door when they found them.
Is your movie going to have that one guy? I couldn't help myself. I ate all the tuna.
Pretty much. Yeah, that happened.
Every movie has that guy.
Yeah. Well, it starts with the cookies. It starts with the cookies.
That couldn't help himself.
Yeah, Juan Pablo Raba. Yeah.
He was in that movie with the World War II guy in the sea.
Yeah.
Same thing. Unbreakable. Thank you. Which I thought would be better. The book was amazing. The movie, not so much. The movie was okay. But they had that scene where the guy couldn't help himself and ate their rations.
It starts early. Yeah.
So you got a little of that. Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the funny thing. I was talking to my wife Yvonne about this. I mean, if you were to create this in Hollywood, if you were to write this story, a lot of people will go, bullshit. There's just no way. But the thing about it is, the film is incredibly accurate, and anything that's depicted in the film is not a dramatization. It happened. I mean, thank goodness the miners were with us from Jump Street on this.
Right.
They worked with Hector Tobar on the book Deep Dark Down, and worked with our screenwriters and our director Patricia Riggin in the development of the script, and they were there, I'd say for the majority of the shooting. So fortunately, I think what we're doing is highly representative of what they went through and their families.
And it's realistic because you guys filmed down there.
We filmed in a couple of salt mines in Bogota, Colombia.
I thought you filmed in the actual mine.
No, well, we did. We filmed the exterior in the Atacama Desert, literally a mile away from where we went. But I think it was a wise decision not to shoot in the mines where there was a collapse, 5 years ago.
Sure.
So we ended up
soundstage that shit.
No, we didn't though. We were in mines in salt mines in Bogota, Colombia.
What's safer?
Let me tell you, it was safer, but it was not glamorous.
How far down were you?
We filmed in 2 mines. One of them we had to walk down, and they're over 500 years old. So the first entrance, I had to crouch over to walk in for a couple of 100 yards. I'm thinking they were Snow White's dwarves, that were there, previously. And then it opened up into caverns where we filmed The Refuge. But then the second mine was where you could actually drive transports in, and we were in a couple of miles into that one.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and the air there was noxious. A lot of our crew got sick. A lot of people had to be taken to the hospital because we're sucking up methane gas, 14 hours a day.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So but I'm wondering if you're a claustrophobic actor. I guess you would already know that before you do it.
Fortunately, yeah, no, nobody was affected by that. But I mean, you kind of can't help but know that you got tons of rock over your head, and we always had a safety guy. We always had to wear our helmets. Had to get special dispensation to take them off for certain scenes.
Right.
Yeah, and we had a guy walking around and looking at the ceiling all day long. I mean, that doesn't inspire confidence.
Yeah.
How did you light the and because a film set is such a major production. How do you get all the equipment down there? And
old school, man. We humped it in day out. You know what I'm saying? All the cable, all the lights. Although for a great number of the scenes right after the collapse, where in reality electricity goes out, we lit each other with just our headlamps. Fortunately, there were 30 guys, so there's plenty of light. But that's a big responsibility, making sure you get Antonio Banderas' chiseled jaw and
absolutely. Who doesn't want to see that?
You got to get that in the shot.
Lou. I'm sorry. No. Do not shoot me directly. I need a glance light. Okay, make sure you catch the beautiful sweat coming off of my neck.
He is a handsome man. Were any of the real miners that handsome?
No. But it's very funny. Mario Sepulveda, the character that Antonio plays. Yeah. I love this guy. This guy's got such an outsized personality. He became the de facto leader down below because he was such a cheerleader. But when he found out Antonio Banderas was playing, he goes, it will be good for Antonio Banderas' career to play me. You know?
He's just one of those guys.
Yeah, just one of those guys.
And 32 of those guys of the 33 went to the premiere.
Down in Chile, man, and I got to tell you, that is more than likely. Like I said, the miners have been involved, you know, from day one. And that may be the pinnacle of this whole experience for me, is seeing those 32 guys. One of them was ill, otherwise he'd been there. But to see them, you know, sitting up toward the front row, the movie, the final credits roll, tears are still in the audience's eyes, and they stand up and give those men a standing ovation.
Amazing.
You know, I mean, that was like, okay, you know what we've done goes beyond mere entertainment. This has an effect on people's lives.
What is the air supply too? Because you think 17 days before anybody knew they were alive. How would they have air for 17 days?
No, well, that's just it. I mean, when you see the film, you kind of realize, you know, it's a massive honeycomb down there of caverns and dug tunnels, which is probably part and parcel of why the damn thing collapsed, you know. Yeah. But, you know, there was no problem with air for them. The biggest problem was food and water. And they say you can go something like, 50 days without food, but you can only go 3 days without water. And these guys literally had to filter water. Well, no.
Urine? Somebody drank urine?
You know, you never know. Because I think there's a lot of secrets those guys will never tell anyone, you know, about some of the stuff that happened down there.
Hand jobs?
But, well, there's, you know, I mean, how do you get through your day?
Nobody's seeing everything.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta think there's a few that had to get there.
You know?
Imagine the first guy that's like, we're going to have to start having sex with each other. It's like, dude, it's been 20 minutes.
But we could die. We could die. And
all right, you might be
no one will ever know.
Yeah, but let's give it a day.
No, they drank water. They filtered it from, because they had machinery down there.
Right.
You know, all the digging machinery, a lot of the big, you know, earth movers and stuff like that. They filtered water from the radiators. You know, but they were still drinking some, not good.
What do they do to pass the time besides the eating? And
huge boredom. Absolutely huge boredom, man. But you can't make a movie about boredom,
right?
Because it's boring.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, there were scenes with my character, Don Lucho, Luis Ursula, who was the shift supervisor. He was the boss. There were scenes with me making dominoes, so that which is
like
one of the things. No, just out of like they had stuff down there.
Wood and stuff, yeah.
So he was sawing and creating his own little dominoes. But yeah, I mean that's the other thing. It's the mental game. You know what I mean? There's obviously the physical debilitation that's going on, but how do you keep your spirits up? How do you remain optimistic?
And refresh my memory. How did we figure out that they were alive down there after 17 days?
They continued drilling. Now, here's the other part of the story that I think the movie covers quite well. Is the families did not give up. The character that Juliette Binoche plays, Maria Segovia, her brother was trapped down there, and she refused to leave the mine, and she got the rest of the families to stay.
Were they going to give up and say, hey, they're all dead?
This stuff happens before, man. Where the mining company, and this was a private company, there was no guarantee that they would go after them. I mean, it was going to be an incredibly expensive and require so many resources to save these guys that in the past, 5 men, 3 men, whatever, they just kind of went, hey, it happens.
So they might have been down there alive and rescuable on some of these cases.
Who knows? But the family wouldn't give up, and it got out. And
that's what happened. Yeah,
this is part and parcel of our day today. The world we live in, it went viral,
right?
And so suddenly the Chilean news media picked it up, and it got the rest of the world found out about it, and now all of a sudden there's a lot of pressure on to not let these guys die.
Right.
And so for 17 days they kept drilling, they kept drilling, they kept drilling. They assumed that they would have gone to the refuge, which is what they did. And on day 17, they finally broke through and made contact. You would think that's movie enough. The thing about it is, now there's
50 days.
Another 50 days.
50 fucking days after they found them.
Yeah. To be able to drill a hole 2,300 feet down, meters, I should say, 2,300 meters down.
How many feet is that? I mean, I know, but these guys
like
don't.
times 3.
So it's almost 7,000 feet.
Yeah, they say it's
3.1. So 23.
2 Empire State Buildings.
Jeez.
So
shit.
And the hole that they eventually drilled, that the Phoenix capsule that NASA helped develop, could only take these guys out, one at a time. I mean, that's the old joke, how they get these guys out, Juan by Juan.
I hope they would lower some food down first or some beverages.
They did.
How long did that take?
Well, almost immediately. But since the guys had gone like 17 days without food, or just a spoonful of tuna, they started them on astronaut rations. You know, they didn't
Tang, a lot of tang.
Yeah, they didn't start sending down hams and turkeys and things like that.
Right.
They weaned them back on.
They send down that astronaut ice cream.
I don't know. I haven't. Oh, you know that.
I
little,
finally
the,
tried
that
that
dot
shit.
stuff.
Oh, it's horrible. I finally tried that crap at the museum.
Yeah.
A little side note, but it's horrible.
It would be funny if one guy sent it back. I asked for medium rare.
Hey, I'm trying to. I think that the story goes. One of the guys that was rescued wasn't his wife and his mistress.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oscar Nunez from The Office plays that character.
Okay.
And he's God love him, man. I mean, thank God we had him down there because. You know, I mean, 14 hours a day, you're down in the dark and the cold, and he was incredibly entertaining and kept us laughing a lot. But yeah, that particular guy
wanted to go back into the mine.
Well, that's the funny thing is that
Believe me.
Holy fuck!
Suddenly they're having to deal with this because now the media's gotten a hold of the story, and now they're doing the personal, get to know the miners, and it comes out that he's got a wife and a mistress, and they're both waiting for him up above.
Yes.
So that's a little rough. It's like, you know what? Maybe
I'll go last.
I'll stay
I'll
here.
go last.
I'll
Right.
stay here.
I'll go last.
I think he might have did
no.
that.
How did that work out? Because I
Did the
remember
mistress know? Yeah.
Oh, they knew about each other.
Who's he with now?
But how did it work out now that we're 5 years down the road? Did he divorce his wife?
Yeah, no, that happened pretty immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the mistress, she got it all. I don't know if they're still together.
Well, they knew the wife was mad because she was the only one holding a sign saying, "Get most of them out."
She's hoping he's alive, and by the end of it, she wants him dead.
Yeah. Oh, how awful! Imagine coming out of a mine after 59 days and just seeing those two scowling mugs. You're like, oh,
would you go?
no.
Would you go? Oh, nerds.
Oh, nerds. Oh, fudge.
I got to deal with this.
Yeah,
That's
it
a
really
long
was
time.
fascinating, though, and I thought they were dead. Everyone thought they were dead.
Oh, yeah, no, and that's why it became so compelling. Is that every step of the way there was no finish line, until all of them came out, and it became like this reality show. Because I mean, one of the things that blows my mind is that they got a camera down there. And it's also what made Mario Sepulveda a celebrity because he would do the guided tours. They got a fiber optic camera down that hole and were able to see the conditions these guys were surviving in.
Wow.
I wanted to see this movie. Did we have a chance to see this movie before?
Not before. It's out. I mean, it is out.
No,
right?
Opens November 13th.
Oh, I just saw the coming attractions.
A week from Friday, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing this.
Me too.
This was a great story.
It's fantastic. I'm incredibly proud of it. Incredibly emotional and. With all the bad news and everything, I mean, this is why it captured the world's hearts, I think. I mean, this is a story of real hope, of real faith. And, the good guys win. I mean, these are working class guys. And they even say it today, please don't call us heroes. We were just doing our jobs and, we all just wanted to survive and see our families again. But I mean, that's a heroic gesture. That's, I think something to certainly be, respected and admired. And,
how many of these guys went back into the mines?
Yeah, first, the mine still, the mining company still
well, you got to think that
in business?
This is all a lot of these guys know, so they had to go back in.
That's exactly what they
right?
Yeah, no, but here's the problem, man. And, it's like what Orson Welles says. You want a happy ending, and of course, depends on where you stop your story.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons I was so happy for the miners at the premiere in Chile is that this is going to benefit them. This is getting them the respect they deserve, because right after, man, it wasn't necessarily happy. Right. Most of these guys have PTSD. We were talking about that. Many of them will never be able to go back into the mine. Yeah. Many of them have, substance abuse problems now. And here's the other weird thing. Mining companies don't want to hire these guys because they're celebrities. You don't want a celebrity working your forklift,
Right.
And so it has not been an easy road for them after this. And yeah, they sued the mining company, lost.
Do they lose because there's a risk that's assumed that when you go down?
Yeah, I mean, who knows what the machinations of the lawyers were, but I mean, I think perhaps if it had been America, it would have been fought a little harder, Right. But I mean, they don't have OSHA down there. They don't have the astringent adherence to regulation that we do, and but it's gotten better. That's one fringe benefit is that the laws have been strengthened and that there are more safety precautions.
I will move.
But here's the other thing, man. I mean, throughout the entire world, there are mining communities. Australia, Africa, we got West Virginia. All throughout the world, every country has a mining economy of some sort.
Yeah.
And these are people who, because of their economic realities, this is what their life is going to be. They're going to be miners. And I think it's incumbent upon, I don't know if it's the companies or the government or whatever, but it needs to be regulated and safety precautions have to be, observed.
So they're not working, a lot of these guys.
A lot of these guys are not working.
Did you guys put them in the movie at least so they get a little...
You know what? They got
As
hired.
an extra?
They got hired on the film, to do many things.
Good.
I mean, they appear in some crowd scenes, but they also, to help with the background, artists and whatnot. And I'm very happy to report that they are participants not only in the movie, but the book. And so this is going to put some shekels in their pockets, and the better it does, the more cash they get.
Did Banderas get a little guilty and give him a little money, a little of his salary?
I don't know. I know he did not share with me.
What did you do before you acted? Because it's just when you look at being an entertainer, and you can, like you say, compare it to jobs like that. Like, God, entertainment is a much easier job than that. The reality of having to do that to make money.
Yeah, I fortunately for me, I've never had to dig a ditch or tar a roof or anything crazy like that. I mean, I flipped a lot of burgers, but I majored in theater at the University of Texas at Arlington. This is something I intended to do.
Oh, you started young too.
Yeah. I wasn't. I did La Bamba when I was 24. Got my first film at 19. So it's I wasn't discovered in a tight T-shirt, although I tried.
You were discovered overnight. A lot of people like to think because of La Bamba. What was the thing you were doing right before La Bamba in the business?
I was working in the Dallas Fort Worth film stage business. I'd done a number of I was sort of the go-to ethnic, in Dallas, Texas. I used to carry a red bandana and a switchblade in my car. I got an audition. All right, cut you, man. I'm gonna cut you. Hey, it was great. Everybody else was blonde hair, blue eyed. We got to get a dangerous ethnic guy.
Yeah.
Where's that Lou Diamond kid? So I was actually supporting myself, acting and doing a lot of theater. In the Dallas Fort Worth area, and they actually cast me out of Dallas. I was put on tape, and then Hollywood Cinderella story, man. Amazing. Flown out for a screen test.
Yeah. That was it. And I've been working ever since, obviously.
Thank goodness.
Yes.
Young Guns.
What was the first camera thing you ever got that you auditioned for?
The first what? I'm sorry.
On camera thing that you ever auditioned for that you actually landed.
It was a Christian youth film called Angel Alley, and I was a bad guy boxer. So 19 years old, and it was like, oh my gosh, it's a funny story about that is my dad, who's kind of a redneck from North Carolina, now Texas, asked me when I was like 12 or 13, well, what do you want to do? And I said, Dad, I think I want to be a writer. He goes, well, son, you might want to think about something that makes a little more money. And so I come back a year later and go, Dad, I'm gonna be an actor. Son, that's not what I was thinking. And but then he saw my first film, and he went, I think you're gonna be all right.
So your parents moved from North Carolina to Texas?
No, my dad did. Navy. Actually, I grew up, all around the world on Navy bases. I call Texas home, but truthfully, we moved every couple of years.
How tough is that?
My entire childhood. I think it's what led me to be an actor. If you look at a lot of people in the industry, they were gypsies, one way or another, and you sort of get used to this life, but psychologically, you have to make friends
every town's an audition.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you got to establish, who you are and make new friends and create an image, if you will. You either do that or you go really, really, internal and you go, I don't need friends. I'm going to be a nerd.
What was your favorite place to live?
Well,
out of all of them,
I think. Well, I spent 4 years in the Philippines, which is pretty fantastic. I'm part Filipino. I'm actually not Latino, which is the
Filipino.
Filipino. And then Scott Irish, Cherokee. But did
that's a mix.
It is, dude. I'm a United Nations. I'm ethnically ambiguous.
I think that makes you Jamaican.
Something like that.
Combination.
Yeah. You're 3 different wars.
Yeah, man. Well, I could play that too. But they did not put me in Braveheart.
Did the Philippines scare you? They're always taking out politicians. That's what I know about the Philippines.
Now these days, no, you know what? It was a lot more idyllic back then, and I'm very proud of my Filipino roots. I kind of stand up and represent whenever I get a chance. I mean, the funny thing is, I just a couple of months ago went to Tokyo. And this was random. It was, I got a phone call saying, "Hey, listen, will you go to Tokyo with Manny Pacquiao and represent the Philippines in their bid for the FIBA World Championship, the basketball championship?" And we came in second to China. China got it because they have a huge infrastructure. But it was sort of amazing to be there with Manny and
wow,
represent por the Pilipinas.
Yeah.
Well, he speaks, I guess, what's the language?
Tagalog.
Okay, I would never would have guessed that.
No.
He doesn't speak English. We've interviewed him. He doesn't speak English at all.
I had him in once. It was it was a little tough.
Yeah, because there's a big
he doesn't
barrier.
speak English, so it was a lot of hand signals and.
Did you spend a lot of time with him?
He talks with his fists.
I love Pacquiao.
Yeah, a little bit. Like you said, he's he's a quiet guy. He's a reserved guy, but he's a sweetheart.
Let's get down to it. Who did you smash in the industry? I know you had your fingers on everything from 85 to now.
We're looking at a young picture of Lou.
Look at you in all that shower pick.
That guy put up numbers.
This
right
guy
there.
put up some real numbers.
Put up numbers. Hall of Fame numbers.
Yes.
Let us know who
He's
was
got that glance. Right now, you're looking at a list of 200 women you've slept with.
The thing is, I have daughters now, and I definitely think that's karma from the 80s. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you know what? I was never really a fame whore, man.
Not a fame whore, but something fell in your lap. He was like, "Oh, that's the girl from Facts of Life."
You hope it wasn't the one, because if it was Natalie, that really hurts in your lap.
No, I wasn't that guy, man. I was certainly, at a certain point, single and in Hollywood. So
Young Guns. When y'all shot Young Guns, I know it was a party offset.
I'm surprised that we survived, to be quite honest.
Emilio's just as bad as Charlie, ain't he?
No.
Back in the day?
No, you know what? Charlie's been Charlie forever.
That's true.
Everybody thinks that, now that, I've got more money and more time, I'm different. No, it was always me.
Kiefer was in that too. Kiefer Summerall.
Yeah.
Now, he's a wild man.
He likes to knock him back.
I want to hear the stories of Young Guns offset with the gun still on you.
And let me tell you, Kiefer's got the biggest heart in Hollywood, man.
We love Kiefer, but he knows how to party.
You do not want to try to keep up with Kiefer.
He
tackles Christmas trees at hotel lobbies.
You
do not want to keep up with him.
I love that.
No, you can't. You really can't. No, it's legendary.
Wow.
Was there a lot of partying though on set?
I don't think the statute of limitations has run out in certain states, so there are certain things that
what year was that? I'm trying to remember. Young Guns.
We filmed it in '87.
So right after La Bamba.
And then exactly.
Was that your next movie after La Bamba?
No, my first 3 films in Hollywood were La Bamba, Young Guns. I mean, Stand and Deliver, and then Young Guns.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So
it's a hell of a start.
Gave me a little tenure. Yeah.
Who else was in Stand and Deliver? Edward James Olmos?
Nominated for an Oscar. Eddie Olmos.
He was. Yeah. All right, Eddie. And who else?
No big names. The other actors. Andy Garcia, and this was right after The Untouchables. And then Rosanna DeSoto, who played my mother in La Bamba, is also in that. So that was and that was a little underdog film too. That it did well. I mean,
some talented people, man.
Oh, thanks, man. And the thing is, I've had a bit of experience with true stories, and I think the 33 is going to resonate, like those did, and they're they're still relevant today.
How long have you been playing poker? I gamble. I'm gambling as shit. I'm really bad at it, so I don't do it.
We need to play then. That'd be great.
Yeah. Do you have a good poker face?
I do.
I guess part of being an actor is that you have to...
that's just that everybody go, "Oh, do you wear the dark glasses?" It's like, no, I want you to look into my eyes. You tell me if I'm lying.
How much the most you won or lost?
I will not admit to how much I lost.
Yes, and
I cashed $36,000 in the World Series a couple years ago.
Nice.
I made it to the last hand of the 5th day, last celebrity standing. I was very proud. Doyle Brunson once said I was the best celebrity player. But yeah, I mean, I played before it became hip, man. I'm from Texas. I grew up in Texas. We used to play in college and that sort of thing.
Right. Yeah.
And then when Hold'em became all the rage, the funny thing is, I actually you could probably still find the DVD somewhere. But I hosted the World Poker Tour's, how to play Texas Hold'em. So yeah, I got some skills, but yeah, man, sometimes you just can't beat the cards. You can't beat luck.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a decent player, but I would always have a tell. And it was like, it's like you work so hard on your face and not reacting, but you forget, like, if you make a sound, like, do you know what I mean?
But then going stiff is a tell, too. That's the problem.
I would try to be relaxed, but if I got a card...
What's the sound?
Every time?
Every time a good card came...
You couldn't help yourself?
Yeah, I was so happy.
It's a little like Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Fold.
Yeah, and they kind of understood.
Fold,
no.
fold.
Yeah, he's got something going on. So you never wanted to be a professional. You just kind of like doing
I thought about it for about,
Did you?
Yeah, because, my wife, Yvonne, God love her, she knows that I will sit at a table for 12 hours, and just grind it out. And a lot of the cats that I play with, man, they're the pros, you know what I'm saying? They will sit there, and this is their job. They sit there for 12 hours and, wait for, one hand. There's something zen about that to me. I'm not thinking about anything else, whatever, is going on in life. I can sit there at the table and just go, all right, am I going to fill this inside straight? I don't know. And it's a mental game, just not only knowing your outs, knowing the odds, but, whether you got the balls or not to bluff or not bluff or, play smart. Yeah.
That's you in the hat right there?
That's me in the hat.
You're all in.
Look at that.
I see. That's a great video. We got to
That's the only time I pushed all in 5 days. And you see the two hands I'm up against?
Yes.
I had pocket kings, and the other two guys had pocket aces.
Yeah, but why didn't you look at that and just not do it? It's on the screen.
Wait, you won this hand?
No, he lost.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that face.
Stinks.
That's
you got pocket kings, and the other two guys pocket aces each.
At least you lost to two other hands.
Yeah.
It's probably harder if you lose to if both guys beat you. Here's
the thing though. What they don't show is the hand before, which made all the difference in the world. And this is part of playing the game. In the hand right before this hand, there's an Asian guy and a Russian guy, and they get in a big mix-up, and the Russian guy almost felts the Asian guy. All right,
what?
Felts him, takes him down to the felt. No chips.
Oh,
okay,
felched.
That's something completely different.
I was like, wow, what a great game this is.
You have to
Everyone
pay for
get serious. Oh my God.
There are no losers.
Right.
But the thing is so now the Asian guy is short stacked, meaning he doesn't have a lot of chips left, and the Russian guy is the chip leader at the table. These are the same two guys that are in this hand with me, and yeah. So what happens is in the very next hand, the bet comes around to the Asian guy. He pushes in half his stack and says, "Who gonna double me up?" Next guy
you
folds.
nailed that. You nailed that impersonation.
Thank you.
Yes, that was awesome.
Russian guy, boom, snap, raises him all in. And I don't look at my cards until it's my turn to act because I don't want to give away anything. I don't want to be sitting there going, oh my God, I can't wait to bet. I can't wait to bet. So I just look and I, make an instant decision. I look. I almost didn't look. It was the last hand of the day and I almost said, screw it. I'm just going to take my chips and come back tomorrow morning. But no, I had to look. And there's pocket kings. So the average chip stack is about $1 million. I got about $500,000. I'm thinking, man, I can triple up and start the morning with $1.5 million. All right. At this point, I don't know how many players are left. I busted out at 164th out of 6,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
If I would have thought about it, another 10 seconds, I might have lived to fight another day.
Right.
So anyway, there I go with my $500,000. Boom, shove. All in. Those two guys turn over their cards, and I'm like, "Oh God, screw me!"
What's the chance of them? Both of them got fucking pocket aces.
Astronaut. Well, the chances right then, 100%.
Well, the good news is at least neither of them is going to get three of a kind. So all you got to do is get a third king.
I've got two outs, and let me tell you something, man. A jack fell on the river, and I almost shit myself. All I saw was paint. I was like, not quite. Swinging and miss.
So I don't play a lot of cards. So when I gamble in other ways, like no condom. Let's see what happens.
I know that casino.
So what if you go all in with $500,000 and the other guy has more? How do they make that work?
You're done. That's it. Oh yeah. I mean, for instance, I had more than the Asian guy, but I didn't have as much as the Russian guy. So they push. They both have the same hand. So one can't get more than the other. They basically split my money.
Your money.
Oh, God.
But I mean, if somebody has a lot more money to go all in, you can still go all in with your $500,000 and stay in the hand.
Oh no, absolutely. But that's the choice that you get your feet put to the fire. If you're short stacked and somebody makes a bet that's more than you have, you can push all in, but that's all you can win. You can only double up.
You only double your money.
You can't win what they put in.
That's a hell of a way to lose, though. That's a story.
Hey, at least I went down. I went down in flames.
And to America's enemies, the Chinese and the Russians.
What did you finally get after? What was your final hand?
That was it. I was all in with kings.
Yeah.
But how many cards are supposed to come out there?
5.
Okay, so you had 2 kings, a jack, and what were the other 2?
Right, here they are.
There they are.
3 nines.
Oh, I'm sorry. It comes out for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, so everybody had
everyone had a full house.
Yeah.
But their full house
was bigger than mine.
Obviously, was bigger.
Well, to quote Roy Scheider in Jaws, I think we need a bigger boat.
Yeah. Their full house had the Olsen twins.
Yeah, see, that's what a gambler. I would have said. I would have quoted, "Let's drink to your leg," and it wouldn't have made any sense here.
Well, Lou, you got to come back and see us. I can't believe you've never done our radio show. You're great. Love Lou Diamond Phillips.
Smarter than I look, huh?
Great name,
Love
man.
Lou Diamond.
Yes, it's at Lou D Phillips on Twitter.
Yeah.
And the33. I've seen the trailers for it. Looks excellent. Comes out in next Friday, Friday the 13th.
Looks like a
perfect
good
day
one.
for that too. By the way, bad luck.
It is. Well, it'd be. I think it's going to be good luck for us. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's good luck if they survive, but that's bad luck to have a mind collapse on you. So
yeah.
I heard they're going to put the miners back down there the week before the release, and
it's just as a promotion.
That's a promote enough.
Not a bad way to promote the movie.
Put them back down there for 7 days.
Or do
Selfish.
a little preview down there.
Where's the big premiere?
the movie down there? Yeah. Put the screen down there.
Put a big screen down there for everybody.
Where is the premiere?
L.A. Next Monday night. Next Monday night we'll be in L.A. We're part of the AFI Film Festival.
And will the guy fly in too? The miners are coming to that?
I sure hope so, man. They were all there in Chile. I went to another premiere in Mexico City. It's doing great business down in South America, by the way. Yeah, you can imagine.
I can answer the question. They're not flying 33 guys to L.A. That's why they went down to Chile and had the...
so they're not bringing them up here?
Yeah.
You know what?
That's why they went down there.
Antonio said this. Antonio said this. Mario Sepulveda would probably, cash in all of his miles to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Lou. We're going to
thank you very much.
Diamond Phillips.
Yeah, nice meeting you, man. You're
Absolutely. Quick break. We'll be back with Topher Grace. Stay there.
The show will be right back. Right back. In case you missed it, recently this happened on Opie and Jimmy.
The Coast Guard is searching more than 28,000 square miles. That's a little rough.
This is why. Here's what you got to have in life preservers. Okay, I know it sounds impractical. When you're going out in the ocean, put some kind of a fucking pinging device.
Yeah.
How hard is that? It's got to be a way to do that.
Right.
We can carbon date the Shroud of Turin. We should be able to put some kind of a fucking little device in these things where you can find people when they're missing.
Yes, I agree with you.
I would have one on my toenail. Or wherever it went.
Hey, I got kids. I would pop something in them in a second. They just don't have that figured out
I've been saying
yet.
that for years. They should have something that is implanted, and it's not about the government. It's something that can be taken out when you're a certain age, or however, or it deactivates. Who the fuck knows?
Oh, I'd pop something in, no problem.
Yeah.
I have a chip in my dog.
So
sorry,
you have a chip in your...
What's that?
I have a chip in my dog.
What's that? A chip in your dog? Did he fucking tell jokes? Hey, look at me. I'm peeing on a hydrant or something. Hey, what's up? That's a cat. Fucking meow. Who hurt you? Go ahead. I got a million of them. Piece of garbage. What kind of dog is it, Just? What kind of dog you got?
I have. I don't. What do I have?
I don't know. Hopefully, a fucking dog or something will help propel this story.
But I got a chip in my dog.
What kind of dog is that?
You don't know what kind of dog you have? Are you panicking?
Is it a Shar-Pei or is it
what kind of dog is it? Just tell us the name of the dog.
I can't remember the kind of dog he's. A Shih Tzu Maltese. I have a Shih Tzu Maltese. Thank you. I have a
fucking Shih Tzu. Fucking these jokes write themselves. Go ahead, Just. What happened to your dog?
Nothing. I'm saying I have a chip.
What's that? You got a chip in your dog?
I have a chip in the
Piece
dog.
of garbage. Stupid dog.
I thought you just. Okay.
I don't like your fucking Shih Tzu. Piece of garbage. I hope your chip starts pinging. Agabinga, agabinga. Where's that? It's just coming from the middle of the road. It ain't moving. Agabinga, agabinga.
He's a good dog.
You don't even know the name of the dog.
Yeah, all of a sudden you hear a dull thud. Kapunk. Oh, why is that chip in the middle of the road not coming?
Your brother had to tell you the name of your dog.
You know why? Because I'm sitting here typing copy.
Don't type the copy. It's
I have to.
It's a Shih Tzu. Think about it.
I have to. I'm up to the audible.com live
Shih
read.
Tzu.
So we lost the whole lowercase, uppercase battle. If you're
No, because you know
we're
why?
going to continue the battle, right?
Yeah, well, we're going to continue because now that I have to sit here and type it, and it's affecting the first hour of the show, I'm
Yes,
mad.
it is.
I'm mad.
So what about the chip?
What's that?
So I have a chip on my dog.
Yeah, I'm fucking your dog
No,
right in the stupid butt.
That's not what I meant.
Listen to Opie and Jimmy every morning here on Opie Radio. And now, Opie and Jim are back.
Yes, we're back. Busy day. Man, Lou Diamond Phillips was awesome.
Terrific.
Yeah. We got to get him back in. Outside the studio, Topher Grace.
Toph.
We just saw the Toph.
When did you see him?
In Truth.
Oh, that's right. You watched it. How was it?
I liked it a lot. Topher Grace, how are you, buddy?
Hey. Toph.
Hello, sir.
The Toph.
How's it going, man?
In the studio.
What's going on? Long time no see.
Good Lord, yeah. How you doing?
Wait, you guys know each other?
I know everybody, Opie.
How do you know Sherrod Small?
We go back like spinal cords.
You don't have to. How do you know Sherrod? Did you get a cab that he was trying to get?
How do you know him?
We met a couple years ago, like at the Comedy Cellar somewhere.
Yeah?
And we partied a couple nights.
Oh, boy.
Back in the John Mayer days.
Oh. Do you still hang out with John Mayer?
A little something.
A little something, something? Okay.
He's a Connecticut guy. Like I'm a Connecticut guy.
Yeah.
That's
I haven't seen John in a while. He used to come in the Comedy Cellar and do sets.
Yeah.
And he would go on, and I love the fact that he just didn't care. You know, he could be in front of 20,000 screaming women, but he's like, nah, I'd rather go down to the cellar on a Friday at 1 o'clock in the morning.
He really did.
Oh, he's
try out some things, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was just fun though that he just loved comedy and he just was willing to take a chance on bombing.
Yeah.
Well, that's the point of going to that thing, right? Is to like work through material. And, yeah.
Absolutely.
Get to the other side.
Well, I have so much respect for people who do that. Like, I mean, actually, that specific art form, stand up, like, it's, what was it? Jerry Seinfeld was saying something in some interview that, like, that's what he hated about being in LA. I'm going to misquote him, but it was something like, you can just like, and by the way, I'm proof. Like, the first acting gig I had was 70s Show.
Right.
So you can just like show up and be in you can kind of figure it out. Like, but like stand up, that's an art.
That's a craft.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a sweet science.
I find acting harder. Acting, I do. I really do.
Well, I don't know if they go together.
It's hard. I think it's harder than stand up because for me, I can always go out and if something's not going well, you can acknowledge it on stage. If you're in a scene and either it stinks or it's not going well, you can't break the scene to say like, ugh, aren't we awful? Like, aren't I? You know what I mean? You can't somehow
can't acknowledge any of that.
Yeah, I like the freedom of stand up so much.
I'm so glad
more.
I could come talk to you guys about craft.
Yeah.
This is great. This is what I thought we'd be talking about.
Yes, people love that. We like to marry the radio side to the live performance.
We'd rather have just a conversation. But Topher...
How do you guys feel about the Meisner technique?
I'm for it.
Right.
How do I feel about the Meisner? How do I feel about I don't know. They just
How do I feel about
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it.
What did I saw a movie last night called Friends in Romans. It's a comedy about these Italian guys who wind up doing a Shakespeare play, and they were showing quotes about acting, and they show Olivier's quote about acting, and he said, "What is acting but lying, and what is good lying but convincing lying?" Like that was what Olivier said about acting. It's just you're lying to people and convincing them that you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
It's always good. We complicate everything, and then you hear like one of the greats go, "No, we're just bullshitting."
Yeah.
That
Pretty
was the whole
basic
deal,
in the end.
Dustin Hoffman thing. He said, "Yeah."
What do you think happened?
He said, I think Dustin Hoffman stayed up. I mean, this is like an old acting story, but he stayed up like 3 days for Marathon Man for some scene, and he was, because his character had been stayed up and been tortured, and he shows up on the set, And, Sir Laurence Olivier is like, you look horrible. And he's like, and I stayed up for 3 days, man, to get in this scene. Have you tried acting, dear?
Nice. It's so good.
I watched that last night. I was watching
Marathon Man?
Parts of it. I was watching.
What are the odds of that?
Well, I did it because again that quote was in the film that I saw.
Right.
So I just said I just made me think of Olivier in that great moment when Dustin Hoffman just knows his fucking world is ruined, and he's like he's unhooking his drill and just chit chatting politely. I'm like,
oh no, it's gonna be a bad day.
It's so good.
So good.
Topher Grace is In Truth, a movie we did see and really liked.
Yeah, it's really good.
Truth.
It's Truth.
Get it right.
We had Dan Rather in here.
You had Dan Rather in here?
He's a character, man. He was great.
All right, what was he saying in here?
Yeah, when was this?
2 days ago.
Well, yeah, because the Dan Rather angle is really strange because he's not part of. The movie's about him, obviously, but he has no association with the actual movie. But he's out there kind of promoting it on his own.
Set. He came down to set with Mary.
Helped out Robert Redford a little bit.
Oh, right.
I don't think anyone helped. I mean, Mary was really helpful because she wrote the book. Literally, that was
Mary
based on
Mapes,
it. And she's the one that Cate Blanchett is playing in the movie. And she helped me. I hadn't met my guy, and she kind of told us some stuff. But I was at the Toronto Film Festival. I sat next to Dan, and we're watching the movie together. I mean, can you imagine if someone made a film of your life? Like, I couldn't even. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're watching someone, and it's like Robert Redford playing you, and you're watching moments that actually happened, dramatized. It was like,
wow.
Yeah, he started crying at one point.
Did he?
Yeah.
He just old. He was confused. He knew where he was.
No.
What part did he cry at?
He was, towards the end. It has to do with his relationship with Mary. That's what the film gets very wrong.
Robert Redford nailed it.
He sounded like him.
He doesn't look like Dan Rather, but he certainly had his presence.
I thought that too when I was cast. I thought, what is this exactly? And I thought, what a smart move to not try to mimic him, but actually find like his essence.
But he sounded like his voice, man. He really
he got the voice down.
Awesome.
How was acting with Robert Redford?
It's funny you bring up Marathon Man. Like All the President's Men for me.
Right.
I think people think I'm saying this because I'm on a press tour for this film, but that is in 10th grade. Someone, I don't know, we were studying Watergate or something, and someone said, I get one of the teachers showed it to us in our free time or something. I thought, this is the greatest. Like, I liked movies, but then I liked cinema.
Right.
I was like, what is this? And then I watched Parallax View and 3 Days of the Condor and, Marathon Man, that whole decade of film. And he is, to just be in a movie that's like All the President's Men is amazing, but then to do it with
Redford, right?
Redford.
Who was in that? Redford, Hoffman, and who else? I haven't seen that in
forgetting,
years.
The guy who played their boss. Oh, come on.
I don't remember either. It's been a long time.
Oh, my God.
Thanks to the internet, we'll have it in a second.
Jason Robards.
Yeah, there you go.
Robards.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's heavy hitters.
Oh, Jack Warden's awesome. You ever see Used Cars?
Oh, yeah. Zemeckis.
Yeah, like that. That's right. I forgot Zemeckis did that.
Yeah.
Fucking Jack Warden played 2 roles in that. The Brothers. That was such a great movie. I forgot that Robert Zemeckis did that.
Yeah,
I mentioned that. Most people have no idea what I'm talking about.
But Truth was the acting was amazing in this movie.
Thanks,
it was
man.
really, really good. What a story too.
Yeah, it's interesting because everyone kind of knows something happened,
right?
But, including me. I remember. It's funny. We were just over at 30 Rock. I was doing SNL, and they were doing a sketch about it. And I was like, "Yeah, what's going on with this whole Rather thing?" And then it kind of ended, and then it's weird because it's news about the news. So it's a little inside baseball, but. Then when I read the script, I thought, oh my God, there's so much I didn't know. And then I read the book. And
whatever happened to your character? I know Mary Mapes never worked in TV news again. Dan Rather had to step down a couple years later, or a year or so later. What happened to your guy?
Mike Smith works in video game design.
Okay.
And I had a bad experience when I was playing. So, normally you're playing fictional characters, but I was playing someone and I met them and I thought they were great, but it really colored how I was going to do the part. So I thought,
how did it color it?
Well, I started thinking, am I doing an impression of, or the function of the character was something other in the script than he wasn't. In real life, everyone's the lead of their story.
Right.
Sure.
But when you're doing a movie like this, especially, I really tried to get Mike's essence, but you don't know whether I'm doing an impression of him or not.
Right.
You don't even really know with Mary Mapes.
Right.
You only kind of know with Dan Rather. So this was similar. It was too big to fail, that movie. And I sat with the guy. He's a great dude, but I just thought, now I'm like trying to pick up all these things from him, and that's not actually what the point of the character is in the thing. So I didn't meet Mike, but then afterwards I sent him some emails, and we were talking, and I said, I really mean this. I'm so sorry that the rest of your life you're going to be like linked with the kid from that '70s show. Like, you know what I mean? Who are you? I'm Topher Grace, and it's terrible.
So you didn't want to meet him because you didn't want to do an impression of him that might not serve the
It would
story.
be worse with Fez.
Wait, what's that?
You didn't want to meet him because you didn't want to do an impression of him that might not help the movie.
Yeah, well, you just start. I think if it was maybe the lead role in the movie, then it would help. Like I know William Hurt in that movie met Hank Paulson. Same thing. Robert probably spent a bunch of time watching Dan's stuff, but yeah, I think I don't know. For me, if you're especially in Too Big to Fail, which is different from this movie, I was way more kind of just exposition.
Right.
So to meet someone and think, oh, they're the star of their own movie, and now I got to just do exposition.
You nailed the part of getting fired, just leaving, giving everyone the finger with your box. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we
loved it.
Yeah.
That's the way you want to go.
Oh God, yeah. Were you worried to take on this movie, knowing that CBS, owns a lot of property? Because
Viacom.
Yeah, I asked this because Dan Rather told us that he's still not allowed back in CBS's buildings there.
How is that possible?
Once they fire someone,
crazy.
Trust me, they don't let them back in the building. Once you're fired,
well, we've had a few of those over the years.
The guy who used to sit in that seat can't come back in this building because he was fired. Not for anything he did at the job either.
Right.
It's like even if they don't think you're a threat, they don't want you there. They don't know if you're going to steal computers. They don't know. What you're
But
gonna
Rather was the news.
He was CBS.
And this is over 10 years ago now. And we go, can you walk in that building? He goes, nope, they will turn me away.
It's
if I
like
walk
Yogi
in.
Berra. It's like he was banned from New York. He wouldn't go to the Yankee Stadium, but he fucking helped build it.
He decided to do that, though.
Yeah,
And then
Dan
he finally came back. But anyway.
He something I forget that he told me, we had like a dinner that was the headiest dinner I've ever been. It was like Robert Redford, Cate Blanchett, Dennis Quaid.
What the fuck?
Dan Rather, Mary Mapes, and me.
Holy shit.
And Elizabeth Moss was there, who's also really great. And I remember they started talking about current events at one point, and I was like, I'm out. Like, I'm not going to sit here
and debate with these.
Dan's like, what do you think, Topher? I was like, I have no thoughts. But at that dinner, he said to me at one point, it was part of another story. When I took over for Cronkite, I thought, oh my God.
Yep.
This guy that's what's so, what happened in that one case is very interesting, but I've been promoting this in Europe, and they have no idea who Dan Rather is. They're watching the film as, it's not their Anchorman, right?
They have their own Dan Rather over there.
Yeah. So what it means to them is something far more interesting. This is the guy who kind of took over for Cronkite.
Yeah.
And he's the bridge between then and now, and what's changed in news since, the questions that are being asked on the red carpet on the way into the movie are like, just...
What are they asking?
Like, have you met Ashton Zamila's baby?
Oh, really?
And I'm like, well, see the film. You're going to feel bad about
why are they
asking?
How do you answer when they do ask? This will save us the trouble of asking.
No, it's.
Just kidding.
Look, entertainment's entertainment. It's a separate thing. And by the way, it's how you promote a film. So, and I'm full on entertainment. So no judgment. But you watch what it's what Bob says in the movie is like they used to operate at a loss. The news.
Yeah.
It used to, and then. Around when 60 Minutes became a thing, they went, this can make money.
Yeah.
And then how does that affect, can you tell the truth?
Right.
If
Who's Bob?
certain stories. Bob told me to call him Bob. My good friend, Bob Redford. He actually, that was like an amazing day. We did a couple days. It wasn't like the first day. And then he said call me Bob. I was calling him Mr. Redford.
What the fuck?
Call me Bob.
Yeah, he's probably tired of that's how you know him. You call him Bob.
Robert Kelly won't even let us do that yesterday.
No, he's a nothing.
Because that's what he does when you throw him in water. Bob Kelly's a friend of ours, a little heavy. So you were...
right. It almost killed me.
Did you really get out of jury duty because you thought the guy recognized you?
Yeah, that happened.
Did he actually recognize you or you just weren't sure?
Was it a murder case?
Yes.
He's like, that's my next victim right there?
Okay, this guy... All right. First, I got called for jury duty. The last time I did it, I sat there all day. They didn't even call me.
Right.
Here I went, first one up. It's a murder one case. And this is like such an actor bullshit thing. But I was like, this is going to be great for me. I'm going to... Now I can play a lawyer. You know what I mean? I'm going to watch this guy. Maybe it'll be weeks. And, I had nothing to do. So I thought, all right, I'm going to be on this jury. And then they said, everyone... rise, whatever, the alleged murderer walked in, and this guy was guilty. Like, I know they say, innocent until proven guilty. This guy was definitely, he killed, if not this person, someone else. And this dude's, and they said, can you be impartial? So then they had everyone stand up. There was, like the lawyer and the defense lawyer and the guy, and they said, please look at these. Do you know anyone? And we all had to raise our hand if we knew anybody. And, I didn't know any of them, so I thought, that'd be unfair if you knew one of the lawyers.
Sure, right.
And then right as the guy's sitting, I don't know, this sounds terrible, because I've certainly had the experiences where I thought someone recognized me.
Yeah. And they didn't.
Yeah. It's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Or they're like, can I get a picture? And then they're asking you to take a picture.
Yeah.
Can you get out
that
of the
happens
picture,
to you
please?
too. That's nice to know.
It is nice to know.
Yeah.
But this guy looked at me kind of like, oh yeah, like big fan,
The murderer.
Yeah. And I thought I could imagine us coming in 6 weeks later and me being like, like whispering like, hey, it wasn't me. I thought you were innocent, man, all the way.
That's crazy that he recognized you right away.
So how did you make that known?
Oh, it was so embarrassing. I had to go to the judge, who was clearly not a 70s show fan.
He's like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's like, hey, I was kind of on the show, and I think he's like, what show? And I had to walk him through it, and then one of the bailiffs goes, Spider-Man. I was like, yeah, and he's like, Tobey Maguire, big fan.
Oh no!
That should have been 2 murder cases right there.
So the judge believed you and said that you might be right.
So finally, he said whatever. I'm sure in LA they have that all the time. It's just when Tom Hanks goes up there, they go like, "Get out of here, Tom."
Yeah. Oh, you silly goose.
Yeah.
They might let him be the judge.
We'll see in 7 years, Tom.
So you left. Because you wonder, do you want to be on that if the guy knows who you are? Or do you not? I guess if you think you're going to let him go.
Oh my God! If the guy goes to jail, he'll just take the next 7 years to think about how he's going to rape and murder you.
That's true.
But you don't get 7 years for a fucking first-degree murder.
Oh,
whatever happened with him? Did he get convicted?
I don't know what happened.
That you wasn't on that jury.
I have no idea what happened.
6 months.
But you think you look guilty?
Yeah, look, it's innocent until proven guilty.
Was he black, Toph?
He was not.
Okay, good. He was guilty.
You just knew he was guilty.
I think he's guilty now.
He was like the guy that you would hire in a movie to play the murderer, and then on first day the director would be like, it's too obvious.
Yes.
How was Dennis Quaid? He's in this film
too.
It's
the third movie we've been in together.
Yeah, we didn't talk about him in Truth yet.
Yeah, Dennis Quaid is great.
He's great.
Randy is the one you need to worry about.
Yeah.
Randy Quaid is the one you need to hide your purse
But he's the
from.
fun one.
He is the fun one, but he's not.
Fun is
Dennis
relative.
is pretty fun. Dennis is a fun guy.
Randy likes to put out videos, though.
Oh, Dennis Quaid. Oh, yeah. Him and his wife?
Oh, yeah. Anyway, Dennis was cool, huh?
Yeah.
Wait, what other movies?
We did Traffic together.
Right.
And we did this movie called In Good Company.
Right.
With Scarlett Johansson. It's great.
He played your boss?
Well, I played his boss.
You played his boss. That's right. That's what it was. Yeah.
But so it's amazing to do, kind of every 5 years or so a movie with him, because now I can't believe I really know that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's so cool.
Yeah. What was Chloe? I never say her name right. Svengy? How do you say her name?
Chloe 70.
Oh, 70. She was your babysitter?
She's my babysitter growing up.
She's hot.
She's awesome.
Put a word in for me.
You got it, man.
Thank you, Toph. You're a real close friend, man. I like
Were you surprised when she did that Vincent Gallo scene?
All right.
Or did you kind of know her and go like, she seems open?
We were, no. I did not see that coming when we were younger.
No, not when you were a kid. But.
She was there's no pictures of her when she was a kid.
Right here?
There. Yeah, that was...
It's close.
That was in high school, yeah. She was really quiet, and she's still kind of quiet. She's very cool, and I remember thinking we were in a play together at one point, like an elementary school play, and I was the Tin Man and she was the Scarecrow. And I remember thinking, she's great. Whatever level at that age you can have an awareness, this person is great at what they do. Yeah. So then, with her, I heard I had such a crush on her. She's my babysitter. And I used to
beat off to her?
No, I was so young, dude.
Rub off to her?
Lame.
Dry hump?
No.
What you did?
I would. I can't even say it now. It's so lame.
No,
I would, when she turned around, I'd blow kisses at her.
That's adorable.
Oh boy, he'll be apologizing for that in 3 days. I want to apologize for anybody who's ever had kisses blown at them by a child
without their permission. But she,
great.
a couple years later, I was at boarding school in high school, and someone was like, she's in a movie. I was like, oh my God, my hot babysitter is in a movie. They're like, yeah, it's some kids movie. So I thought it was like going to be some G-rated thing. I went there, you know, she's getting raped at the end by this guy who has AIDS.
Oh,
Remember
yeah,
that movie?
kids.
Like,
By Ghost. What's
Kids.
Who's the guy who raped the Ghost? What's
But
his
you
name?
can understand, that movie scares the crap out of you.
It scares me.
If you're...
I didn't even realize
if
that
you
was
don't know
her.
the person, you know what I mean?
Casper was his
Casper.
name.
Rosario Dawson's in that?
Rosario.
It was a great cast, yeah.
Then the young black dude who passed away recently, like a couple years ago. The tall guy with the dreads in the movie, you know, the tall black dude.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
He passed away like maybe 3 years ago. Yeah, yeah.
Wow,
Who was he?
I didn't know that.
I forget his name. I forget. He's close friends with Rosario Dawson too. She came to the funeral, I believe.
So you see her in this movie, and then when you see her do that scene, because she's such a good actress, I'm like, did that? And I heard her agency dropped her after that. Did William Morris, whoever it was, drop her?
Is that true? I didn't know that.
I heard they did. Yeah.
Look, she's killing it. I mean, she's killed it like consecutively for like a long time. Like Big Love. Like I thought she was doing.
Oh yeah.
Literally, this is having nothing to do with knowing her now. Like I thought she was doing some of the best work on TV when she was doing Big Love. Like that character specifically.
Oh yeah, yeah. Did she get recognized for that with any awards?
I think so. Yeah. Golden Globe.
She's great.
You went to boarding school in high school?
Yeah.
In Connecticut.
No, I went to boarding school in New Hampshire.
Is that gender, or both genders or one?
Both genders.
Okay, so what's the difference between boarding school and regular school?
You live there.
Oh, that's it. Okay, it's just
it's actually great. Someone's got to do the movie.
How great is that?
It isn't like Dead Poets Society.
Yeah.
It's like how it is now. It's like mini college. It's really fun. But when I say boarding school, especially on the West Coast, because they don't like kind of have it as much out there, people are like, oh, bummer.
Well, you think strict disciplinarians, and you think like the Lords of Discipline, like that type stuff.
Yeah, everyone thinks what school ties, Dead Poets Society.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's like
it's just mini college.
It was great, and someone saw me in a play there. These producers were the parents of the girl who did the sets. And then I went to USC, and that first semester they said, come try out for this sitcom.
Jesus.
Oh, so you were kind of doing theater and you wanted to be an actor and then
Nope. I just did a high school play. I didn't even do acting in college. And they called me and they said, hey, I know you're in LA. Apparently, someone just told me recently, Tom Warner, who, I don't know, Carsey Warner, remember that whole, and they were great. It was one of their last shows. He told me that they were like, we're going to bring this kid in our daughter goes to school with. Like, we're not going to cast him. It's just, you know, it's we want a real, like, nerd like this kid. And then I kept going back, and then they wound up casting me.
So that set up your whole life, obviously. What were you going to do before that? If you had no intention of acting?
I was totally undecided.
He would have figured it out.
Well,
his wife would have paid off at some point.
But you had to have.
Yeah, I was counting on that.
His wife would have cashed in.
But you had to hope so. Mine hasn't. You must have want to disown me and Rachel Dolezal. They want to put in a boat somewhere.
You must have had an idea, though. No, nothing.
No, I liked film. I'd been rejected from the film school thrice at USC. And I remember when I did, I mean, this is such a stupid story, but when I did Traffic, I went back with Soderbergh. and
that's amazing.
It was still the kids. Like, it was whatever my freshman class was. I was back there with them. And literally the girls who, like, I remember there's one girl I asked out. Oh, this always happens on these radio.
Yeah.
Forget
Go,
your
just
tapes,
do
so you
it.
just go.
Say it.
All right. If you're listening, I still remember you.
Fuck you, Keisha. Fuck you, Keisha.
So you asked her out.
This girl, I asked her. I was such a loser in high school, and then I thought, like, I'm turning over a new leaf. It's college, so I went up to whoever would have been the hottest girl in all of USC. Like, she was like probably, when they did those Playboy things in college.
Yeah.
I didn't go for that, but yeah.
Her ex-boyfriend was Reggie Bush. Okay, continue.
It was like that. So she, I went up to her. I'm a college guy, like none of those shackles of high school are on me anymore. And I was like, hey, we should go out. She's like, oh, honey, like sit down. We sat down at this lunch table and she goes, freshman girls, she was a senior. She goes, freshman girls date senior guys. I'm dating a dentist. And then when when girls like her, they were waving at me from the audience. And I was like,
that's funny.
That's fantastic.
That is. Hey, I just learned about it today. Serial Prize, your website. It sounds fascinating. I'm going to check it out after the show today. Could you explain that?
It is just a thing that I post once a day. Something that I think is neat. And I was really hesitant to get into social media because I don't want it to be you know, too self-centered or like...
You don't want to feel bad about yourself is what you want to say.
Yeah, I don't like looking at pictures of me. Or...
It's fucking social media. Holy
but here you
shit.
can, you know, people aren't commenting on you. You take it outside of yourself. You know?
Right.
And it's just shit that I think is cool.
But basically, you're finding stuff that's already on the, you know, on the internet or whatever, and then
I'll post some stuff that's new sometimes, but mostly it's just.
But
stuff
you give
that
your twist, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just thought if I had a billboard where I could say, "Hey, I think this is cool, and this is cool," and it's all weird stuff.
Well, this is R.I.P. Thomas and Martha Wayne, and it's Batman and dressed, he's all in black, holding a red rose. It's a really cool photo.
That was
cool
someone
painting.
did this video that's in there of every single time it's been depicted that Batman's parents have died.
So many times.
Yeah, it's like 100 or something. It's cool. Anyway, it's just stuff I like.
Is it always the same way they're killed?
Leaving the theater.
Leaving a theater in slow motion. Yeah,
coming down a dark alley.
But that would be. This doesn't feed my Batman obsession. This is all like just kind of anything that I think is neat.
So you have a Batman obsession?
No, not really.
Okay.
But
so these are that's hilarious.
That
is cool.
But I think like, you know, whatever you basically studios when you start working for them say like, I'm so glad they didn't have social media when I was doing 70 Show. I would have had to be like live tweeting during the shows and taking pictures with the cast. But here I thought, all right, if I got a tweet, there's a self-centered section. but basically
self-centered shit.
Yeah.
That's great. You with Miss Piggy.
That's pretty funny.
But most of it's like
the Zach
stuff that I think is
show.
neat. Yeah.
So hold on, what's everything with Galifianakis? Go back. It's called Late World with Zach. Do you know Zach Galifianakis had a talk show way before Between Two Ferns? It only ran for 9 weeks, but I thought...
You remember? I thought that was hilarious when that was on. He was like...
Was that VH1?
I honestly don't remember.
I don't remember.
It was VH1, yeah.
Were you on it?
I remember
that.
Yeah,
I went on with Laura Prepon, and he came to our set, and I remember thinking, this guy is the funniest human I've ever met.
Yeah, Zach had a show. I think like Chris Wilde had a show on VH1 around that time, too.
I did a show. Zach was on an MTV. I think it was called Apartment 2F.
Oh,
and
right.
Me and Florentine did that in 1997, and Zach was one of the cast members. Yeah, I don't remember what it was about. I think we just did sets on it.
Mark Maron had his show, Never Mind the Buzzcocks, like a little bit after Zach's show.
Yeah,
on VH1
look how young Zach is without that beard.
But he's starting to go from the Zach that I met at Stand Up New York, just doing like this really weird kind of alt stand up, and he was always very funny.
He looks like the son of
Into
Sam.
This guy, yes, This is where he had to do his Berkowitz morph. But he definitely, you could see the beard was coming in, and he's just changing. And
they look like they're in the living room of Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
It's called
kind of. It's 70 Show, yeah.
It's called serialprize.com. I'm gonna go through that later.
Looks like Jack Osborne there.
Yeah, he does, right?
Yeah, he looks like an older version of Jack Osborne. But he's doing quite well.
How long the site's been up? Serial.
Over a year now, and it's just like I don't know. Just if I see something cool, that's it's tough because the studios make you. I mean, I'm happy to do it when I have a movie like this. I mean, it's part of promotion, I guess. But I'd much rather. Share stuff that have a mutual conversation about something that's not me,
right?
Than talk about, I don't know what I want. That's so boring.
Are you looking forward to the new Star Wars?
I mean, dude, come on. I mean, are you guys?
Have to be.
Because it's IMAX 3D.
Come on,
Oh, I am, but not
You're
like,
into it, dude.
No, not like these guys. These guys are losing their minds.
Yeah, I'm
happy. I can't wait to go. I'll be lucky enough to be one of the first to go. We got some.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
but I'm not out of my mind about it.
Not excited about it.
Well, I don't know. It's a special screening or something, right? What you got going on with Roland?
I just paid for tickets. I'm going to the IMAX.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to see it.
I'm excited.
IMAX.
You have to.
Yeah. I'm just going to see it with
regular
normal
people.
Folks. Yeah.
J.J. Abrams is going to be great.
He's.
It's going to be great. You know it's going to be.
I know it.
Is it a remake of the first one, the original?
No, it's a sequel.
Oh, it is a sequel.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I
like.
have no idea what it is.
Really?
I just want to go see the graphics in 3D in IMAX.
You thought it was a remake?
I didn't know. I mean, I thought it was weird when, Harrison Ford comes in. I'm like, that didn't happen. Maybe they just added that. So it's a sequel to the first one, which is... So there's been... Hold on. There's been 3 prequels, and then you had 3 after that. Now, which one is this? It's very confusing.
This would be the sequel. Remember the one with the Ewoks? Remember the one with the Ewoks running around?
They were my favorite. The Ewoks really brought it to a different level.
This is a sequel to that one, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't care for the Ewoks.
The Ewoks got a new movie where they get trapped in a mine. Did you see that?
Okay, so this is a sequel to the Ewoks one.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, come on. Look, even those old ones that came out a couple years ago,
Love them.
Like, it's all good.
I'm in. I'm all in.
I didn't love the 3 prequels. They were okay. I mean, these, the first 2 I loved.
He put
Empire
it together.
Strikes Back.
He put it together into an 85-minute
I did.
video.
Let me explain what happened. This is kind of why I did the website, is because
that's where it started?
Yeah, well, I'd be in interviews and people would talk about it, and I'd say, I don't want to be an editor. I gave really bad notes on a film that I produced. And because I'd never been editing before.
Right.
As an actor, you kind of leave for a couple months, and then you think, like, what took you guys so long? And then when I was in editing, I thought, oh my God, this is the hardest part. Like, it's harder than being on set. So I bought an Avid editing machine.
Wow.
And I had a tutor come, and I just figured out how to, I learned over a long period. And I cut a couple things that were good movies, like Atonement. Like, I had an idea about how to recut it.
Holy shit,
but
really?
I cut it, with the flashbacks and stuff. But I cut it down to like 20 minutes. And then I thought, okay, how could I mean, I love Star Wars, but I'm not really a big Star Wars fan. But I took the new 3 ones that aren't, terrific. And I put them back to back to back. So it was like, 9.5 hours. I put all the outtakes in it and stuff.
Wow.
It was 9.5 hours, and I whitted it into like an hour and a half.
We got to get you more fun shit to do, because he was looking forward to jury duty. And
do the Star Wars people, the fans of Star Wars appreciate it or hate, or do they hate you for it?
Absolutely not. No, it was received well.
Received well, okay.
You took a lot of Jar Jar Binks out?
He has one line.
Perfect movie.
That's funny.
Perfect movie.
But it was good. It had a screening where people were like cheering at the. I mean, it was amazing. And then I guess 2 people were bloggers in the audience, and then people I knew, like friends of friends. And then it went so nuts on the internet. I thought, man, I didn't have Twitter at that point, so I thought I gotta maybe be. Because then people kind of turn it into what they want to turn it into if you're not there, kind of saying this is what it was to me. But again, I snapped the disc after that.
Did you need to get the rights?
I didn't want to get,
No, so there's not a copy of that out there anywhere?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
No one's seen it except for like that 100 people.
Oh, it's not online.
Wow.
No.
You have a copy.
Did you save it on your Avid?
He's got a copy.
He's got one.
He's got a copy,
He's got
Sherrod.
I'm doing The Hobbit right now.
All 3?
Well, it's going to be 1, yeah.
Are you really doing it?
Yeah, well, look,
That'd be
like
dope.
I said, this is like the equivalent of like like when a director takes an acting class. Like, he's not trying to act. Like, I don't want to edit. I'm sure I'm just like average at it, but it's great. It even actually helps your acting in a weird way to know, like, oh, this is how things kind of fit together.
Very cool.
That's amazing.
How long a day were you spending on the edit machine?
Oh, you do it like
edit
a hobby.
Machine.
So you do like
spoken by a true showbiz insider. So how long were you taking the string of photographs which moves quickly? And what a fucking asshole I am. You don't have to answer any of my questions.
I would do
the edit machine.
You do 20 minutes a day. You don't do a lot.
No way.
But you learn after a while. It's like Minority Report. Like, you're learning how to like move stuff around and
yes,
like,
I'm trying to come up with one.
When you edit shit, hours could go by.
Yeah,
hours.
It's wonderful.
And all of a sudden you look up, you're
yeah.
like, what the fuck? I've been at this 5 hours for some nonsense video.
But once again, I don't want to be an editor. I feel like when I meet with filmmakers now, they're like,
if you're
what are you
taking
doing?
on The Hobbit, you sort of have an inkling to do this.
Well, it's
a hobby to you or something. That's crazy to take on those movies.
Underrated people in movies are editors.
I swear to God.
They are
TV too and everything.
They can make something horrible or great. I mean, they really do.
It really is magic. Like, people don't, because you think as an actor on set that it's like it's you.
And it ain't
when
you.
you see the movie, it ain't you.
It ain't you.
It's the quick cuts. It's the what face they go to. Why am I explaining it? We all already know
you
this.
change anything by like one frame, and it's completely different. And then you take out a scene, and it has such.
We
an
know
effect
it.
on
We know all that from the reality. Show stars.
Yeah. That's right.
They all bitch like, that's not me.
Right.
Yeah.
They edited me to look that way.
See, I'm trying to edit Clockwork Orange into a 5-minute good-natured comedy. So far, I've got the Singing in the Rain thing just looped for 5 minutes.
As you think of what else I could add to this thing. Topher Grace has to go. We barely talked about Truth. We did it. We talked to Dan.
It was a really good
for
movie.
Like an hour and a half. The movie was really, really good. The acting, your acting is great as well in this thing. It's amazing.
Well, my cut will be out in about a year. So.
Yes. It'll be a 3-minute just highlight reel of him and then one Redford walking.
It's only just me.
It's in theaters now. Truth.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for having me.
Serialprize.com with a C, not an S, and then at Topher Grace on Twitter.
I think we're done too.
Oh!
Sherrod, what do you got?
Oh, yeah. Well,
What you
Race Wars
got?
Wednesday. Race Wars Wednesday, 7 p.m. We got Gilbert Godfrey coming on and Lisa Ann, porn star.
And I got
the invite.
See you soon, man. I got the invite.
Good to see you.
I got to figure out what day to do that thing.
Yes, come.
I'll figure it out. I'll figure
First
it out.
day. There's nothing to figure out. When are you available?
Figure it out.
Wednesday.
Do the first day.
I'm not doing it with Gilbert. That's crazy.
What about next week?
All right, let's try for next week.
Who's on next week?
Artie.
No, I'm not doing it with Artie either.
Artie who? Yeah, Artie Lang's on next
Let
week.
Artie be Artie.
Okay, the week after that.
Wait, why are you doing Artie? You know Artie.
I love Artie, but let Artie have the time.
Okay.
Why don't you both do it? That's always fun.
All right, I'll do it with Artie.
Do it with Artie.
I love doing it with someone else.
That's true.
Yes.
And bouncing off someone. That's fun, man.
You want Artie Lang next week?
All right, and Jimmy's going down to North Carolina.
Yes, I'll be down in North Carolina. I go down for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Someone said the Erie link is broken. I don't know if it is or not, but I'm in Erie in a couple weeks in San Francisco. I got a shitload of gigs.
Right.
So please.
Jimmy, huh?
Once again, thank you to Topher Grace. I liked him, man. We got to get him back, too.
Topher's good people,
and
man.
Lou Diamond Phillips was
We
wonderful.
had some nights, me and Topher. I didn't want to bring it up on the air, but we had some nights.
He looked at you like, don't tell him no stories.
Oh, it stays locked in here, son. But wait for the memoirs. It's going to be amazing.
Memoir.
Wait for the memoirs.
Oh, he's dumped a lot of fucking Lou Diamond Phillip loads.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he left cum all over Hollywood, I bet. I'll bet you when he was leaving the set, just to stop, he would just probably jerk off and throw it on the ground and let the girls go after it. It's like when a bear is chasing you and you throw your clothes. That's what he would do with his load, so he could leave the set.
It's like throwing seeds at pigeons.
Yeah, like Johnny Appleseed. Here, drink this, ladies. And then lap it off the ground like fucking birds.
They would just mush their privates into the ground.
Exactly. And try to pick it up like a plunger to try to get some fucking LDP seed.
Just mushing their genitalia in a pile of leaves because there's a little batch in there somewhere. What the fuck? We gotta go. This is so stupid.
Shit.
Thanks to Sherrod Small.
Thank you, sir.
We'll see you tomorrow.